You
guys about to go live?
We are live now. Eyes live here, and yes, it's the Matriarchy stream. We're just waiting for Anna. She's just about ready. Hey! Look who it is!
Hello.
Look who it is. Sorry for the delay. We were eating.
It was not our fault.
It was not.
I asked very specifically. I want 4 cheese enchiladas a la carte. You know, just the cheese enchiladas with the red sauce on the plate. For whatever reason, that meant let's chop off little pieces of onions and infuse them into the cheese. And so I was like, that's weird that there's 1 onion on my plate. And I was like, maybe it's just like 1 because, you know, stuff happens in the kitchen. I'm not going to make a deal over it. And then I cut into it and I was like, why are there chunks of onions inside my cheese enchiladas? And then I like pulled apart an enchilada and I was like, never in my life have I said cheese enchiladas and those are infused with onion. So they had to remake it and it took forever. It's the most simple thing to make and it took forever.
Blame coronavirus. Or blame protests. I don't care which one. Blame one of those things. Hey, it's the wrong gal here. I haven't seen you on a stream in a while. What's up?
Hello.
Doug209, Greg Kirby. Greg Kirby, I heard last night that you've been missing my streams, so here we are. I'm glad to serve you.
I need to go retweet this.
And hope you guys like my bold white choice. This was Anna's idea, so I've done it
I said
before.
we would need to do a stream where I do her makeup and she does
Yes,
mine.
I'm so down for that. That'll be hilarious. If we get bored later, we'll just wipe this all off and we'll do it. We'll do it today. But yeah, it's God, swinging. Not yet. God,
I can't because I'm driving after
all right.
this.
Swinging Cod, will you be upset if I shelf this super chat? I'll even take a screenshot of it and I'll just shelf it for when we do. Damn, I just lost it. I'll just shelf it for when we do the drinking part. Okay, so we're not drinking yet. Anna is up here. She will have to drive. She will not be subjecting herself to Dark Phoenix because she doesn't hate herself. So when Jeff joins in later on, we will be drinking very copiously. So Swinging Cod, I'm just going to table that super chat and will be our first drink later on. But in the meantime...
It logged me out of Twitter.
What? Logged you out and I don't remember your login because that's how I am. But in the meantime, we do have a couple other super chats from some of our good friends out here. Matt G, thank you. He says, for Dark Phoenix, I hope you get Everclear on tap. We've got good stuff. The Leviathan says, hail Her Majesty Anna, beloved and elected ruleress of Endor. Your loyal and humble Ewoks praise their queen. Yum nub. C-3PO save the queen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Leviathan, your ever loyal Portuguese Ewok subject. And then we've got Matt G who says, OMG, you're late. I'd like to speak to your manager. All right, Karen. Swinging Cod said drink. We decided we'll address that later on. And in the meantime, we got another super chat from Swinging Cod who's clearly disappointed and says killjoys. Well, Don't worry, Swinging Cod. It's good. We're in here. Strap in. We're in it for the long haul.
I say just get Jesse drunk. I'm fine with that.
Can I just say how much I appreciate that Swinging Cod's thumbnail is swinging cods?
Oh, it is. It really is.
It's legitimately just, I assume those are codfish, but they're just swinging. That's delightful. All right, so technically we have to. I didn't pull anything up yet. I'm sure I can find something.
Don't worry, I'm not going to be staring at my phone. I'm posting all of this because I always post it on my Twitter, on my Discord, on my YouTube tab. That's the one. That's the other one.
Oh, here we go. This is perfect for a kickoff because you know what we always have to kick off.
Oh my God, no.
We always have to do it.
I know.
All right. So, this might be fun actually because it's poking fun at it. So
oh my God.
This is good. All right. So I haven't read through any of this. I don't know if this is going to be terrible or fun or not, but just because we have to start with this because I blame Anna. It's not my fault.
I blame her.
What do we got here? We've got Star Wars. Hot Reylo fan art promotes social distancing. Rey Skywalker and Ben Solo play a game of who's hotter in this funny
Rey Palpatine.
Fan art. Thank you. Rey Palpatine and Ben Loserface play a game of who's hotter in this fun fan art poking fun at the Reylo Star Wars ship. Okay. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced the world to adopt social distancing, meaning in order to prevent blah, we know what social distancing means. Okay. One funny Star Wars webcomic pokes fun at the Rey Skywalker and Kylo Ren's Reylo ship when the two's temperature check gets a little steamy. Okay. So are you going to show this to me?
And everyone, please like and share the video.
Do that thing. It's important.
I have to remind myself to always say that.
Just show me. All right. In the comic by Bounce Back to Life Comics,
There you
Ben
go.
stops Ray for a routine temperature screening. A
Oh,
shocked
God.
Ben shouts, "Oh my God," much to the concern of Ray. However, Ben tells her that she's hot. Ray decides to take the temperature gun from Ben and check him out. "My goodness, you're scorching hot," Ray responds back to Ben. The lovebirds are clearly playing a game of who's hotter. It's cute, but Finn suddenly pops up and urges the reader to stay a safe distance between Ray and Ben. At this rate, the thermometer is going to explode.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Here it is.
Oh no. Ew.
Well, I think that Finn's making the right distance to stay a safe distance from these. It's a cute comic that showcases a tender moment between Ray and Ben. Oh, you like a tender moment that never happened ever in any of the movies? A tender moment. Wow.
There's nothing tender about the dude that murdered his father in cold blood and stood by watching other planets get destroyed. That is not, there's nothing romantic or tender or that can be an implied romance off of that. It's insanity.
Exactly. What is even remotely cute here?
Nothing. Nothing's cute about it.
Nothing at all.
No, I don't like water.
She doesn't.
I don't. I'd rather drink alcohol.
Thank you for the super chat, though, Torben. Torben's awesome. He's that guy. He sent me the.
Oh yeah.
He's going to send me a bunch of really cool stuff in the Star Trek pictures too.
Oh.
He's the shit. I love him. Anakin. Don't worry, there will be heavy drinking with me and Jeff later. So just strap in. Be here for the long haul. Set aside your the next 5 hours of your life basically for this stream. But when we have to say goodbye to Anna, which will be very full of tears. We'll drink our sorrows away and try to forget what we're watching.
Takes pill. I know. Oh my.
Oh, it's so funny. Mongo's a big thanks. Oh God, that's about how. All right, are we done with this?
Yes.
Cool. That's about.
We've been done with that.
And
oh my gosh.
let's stop suggesting our people. Oh, speaking of Mongo though, can you hand me that brown bag package right here? I can literally grab it. Mongo, Jeff and I did get something from you in the P.O. box.
Oh, nice.
Also, he was on our stream last Tuesday. Oh. He's a great guest. The only problem is he doesn't talk enough. Because he was shy.
Oh.
Well, maybe not shy, but he was deferring the floor, which he shouldn't have done because he's a great dude with a lot to say. So, also, we were watching some of his clips. In addition to talking about other stuff, he does some fun little sketches that are, oh my God. All right, we're going to pull it out. So, Mongo, thank you. I was going to open these on the street. You can open some if you want. Pull them out.
It's a dragon.
These are all Godzilla monsters. So is that...
yeah, he sent me a Godzilla that dances, and I like it.
Now, Mongo and anyone else watching can tell us the names of all of these.
I used to know when I was a kid.
I know some, but and forgive me if I F up. I'm pretty sure I know who this is.
No, you don't.
Fairly confident.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Is this not Godzilla?
No.
Okay, who is it? It's Godzilla, damn it.
It's Mini Godzilla. Say his name right.
It's Gojira.
He identifies as Mini Godzilla. Get the pronouns right, Jesse.
I'm so sorry. Will you ever forgive me? They all have their little stands.
Rawr.
And that one, is that
It's been
Ghidorah?
It's been a long time.
I think that one, because we're talking, isn't Ghidorah the three-headed dragon? Jeff, I need you for a minute, because we're looking at these, so you might know some of them. Ghidorah's the three-headed dragon guy, right?
Yeah.
So that's this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. It's this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a little mini Godzilla,
cool,
who prefers to be called Mini Godzilla. He doesn't appreciate not using the correct pronouns. We discovered this just now.
Okay.
And
Mini
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
What words of those are pronouns?
Mini. Is a pronoun now.
Pronouns and adjectives.
Oh, I know this.
No.
I know this. This is Mothra. I know Mothra.
I know Mothra.
Lord Ian Malcolm says that comic was worse than Anna's Diet.
What comic?
The one we just looked at.
Oh.
Also, congratulations on becoming a Lord, Ian Malcolm. That's a new one.
Oh, you don't know what happened last night. Ethan said everyone to start putting Lord in your title.
Perfect.
So everyone just switch your name to have Lord in front of your name.
I'm already God Empress. It's a higher position, so I'll just keep this one. These don't all have those bits, do they? Apparently I'm bad. I'm going to get a knife anyway because I got a box to open, so I'm apparently bad at tearing things open.
I'm gonna open them all while she's gone. Look at, oh, it's so cute. I love this. Oh, it's so cute. That little stand.
What? Oh, nice. You didn't love the tea, right?
I didn't say a gender. I just
No, just letting you know.
I did not know that. Well, now I know, so I won't misgender Mothra either.
How dare you?
But yeah, definitely, Jeff, whenever you want to take a look at these, obviously, they're ours, obviously. So whenever we were saying that we were, come take a look at these whenever you want, because they're just, obviously, they're ours. But we were saying that we should, we're just going to scatter these around and, like, put them in scenes with everyone else. And instead of having a collection of all the guns.
Keep a hidden one, so in your apartment, you can find it when you're here.
Yeah, when you find our monsters. What are all
my
these
goodness.
bits to it? I don't understand how these bits work because
It's because he's flying. He's flying.
where does it go into him though?
That's what she
No,
said.
there's no she doesn't have a hole.
No,
I've got
you
a
gotta-
pole to stick in her.
No, it's
but-
you
or is
gotta
it-
put
oh,
this.
Oh wait, I get it now. Look,
I kind of get it.
I think I get it.
I kind of
I
got
think
it.
I can. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, did you put this through the thing? You did. You're smarter than me. You're already ahead of me. All right.
I put together
Proof
a lot
that-
of action figures.
proof that
But
Anna
does
is
this
smarter than
go?
Jesse.
As we both try to figure out how this.
It's not fitting.
I don't know how this guy sits.
Mine just doesn't fit.
Mine doesn't fit either. I want to. It's got a little beak.
She's supposed to go like.
Oh, like that.
I
got it.
Ooh, yay!
I
there
think
you
I
go.
got it.
looks good.
That works. That
That's
works.
perfect. All right.
Okay.
The flying monster is Rodan. Oh, okay, I messed it up. This is not Mothra. It's Rodan. Or that's Rodan.
Mm-hmm.
This is this of course. It's a fucking moth. It's Mothra. I know these things. Okay, I have heard of Rodan. I just don't know him. Sorry, not that sorry. All right, well, Mothra would sit like this.
See,
But
this is Godzilla. That's mini Godzilla. This is blue
oh my
Godzilla.
God, they're both Godzillas.
It doesn't matter. This
They're
one's
really
the
cute.
blue
That
one.
one's got the blue one that lights up when he breathes fire, and that's just the regular. It's fine. They're both cute, and they can be friends.
It's like me and you.
Oh, it is.
You're the blue
I was
one.
about to say, I like the blue one. That's me.
I like this flying one.
Is it really? The fun
Mothra
one's
looks
cool.
so cute.
Now, maybe your bowl will fit mine better.
This is such a lovely conversation.
I don't know if it's the pole that's too big or the hole that's too small. It's the
I think the
pole
hole is too
the pole
small.
is too big on that one. So now I have an extra pole in case I find another hole. Oh God, Maddie Hammond says, Kylo, help me, Ray, help me take this mask off. Ray, but you'll die. Kylo, it's okay because force heal.
Oh God, we'll die anyway. Look, there's another one. Like you got two of this. These are so.
Oh my
freaking
God!
Cute.
Wait, Jeff. I have an idea for a little quick parody comic strip you can draw.
Yo, what's up?
Show the perspective so you don't give it away till the end, but have the Luke and Darth Vader help me take this mask off, but you'll die. Yeah. But have it when you show the close up on Darth Vader, have it be just like a coronavirus mask.
Oh my God!
But you'll die. Nothing can stop that now.
Oh my God!
Please do that. Just like a little comic strip.
Mothra is so cute.
She's adorable. Did we get all of them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
How many were in the bag? Quite a few.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
Mothra is so cute.
From Mongo?
Yeah. So we had a couple of these. Who are these guys? Larva. Just little larvas. And Moon City. So you got a couple larvae. We got a Rodan. We got a.
Okay, so it's supposed to be like
we
this.
got 2 Godzillas, Mothra, and
No, you use correct pronouns on Blue Godzilla.
We've got Godzilla and Blue Godzilla.
No, mini
Godzilla
Godzilla.
and mini Blue
Toss me a
Godzilla.
vote real quick.
No, this is regular Godzilla. That's just mini Godzilla, even though mini Godzilla is blue. No, what are you doing?
They're coming back.
You can't throw the baby.
Make sure you look at this under the light
Uh-huh.
because it lights
Yeah.
up. It's like translucent.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Isn't that cool?
Okay, I think I got it.
Yay!
It's very
That looks
carefully.
cute.
All right, you
It's
ready?
very cute.
They're coming back.
Oh, and then
That's
annoying.
a terrible throw.
I didn't see the face. That's perfect.
That was a beautiful throw. Oh, yay. The other thing that someone said, and now someone needs to take ownership of this because I don't know who sent this. You didn't put a note in it. But someone sent me a green screen.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm really excited. It's a 9x15, nice backdrop. Ooh, it already has 3 clamps in it. Great. We might not put up hooks. This comes with 3 clamps in here, apparently. So you could probably just clamp it to the shade and the shelf. The shelves, and we'll be fine. So whoever sent this to me, please let me know, because thank you.
That's nice.
Really, thank you. It was literally like the day before it came, I was like, I should get a green screen. So
I know. Put Mothra on
let's
camera.
steal this box for just a quick.
How dare you? I just got Mothra to sit on. Oh, fuck. Fine. This is Mothra.
But I did get another box.
See how cute it
in here
is?
today.
It's so little. Also, proof. Show your hands.
Here it is, guys. In case you were wondering, in
I
case
have
you didn't
bigger-
believe us,
I have
Anna
bigger
has
hands.
bigger hands than me.
Shut like this.
Look at the thing. You can see clear as day. Her fingers are longer than mine.
I'm also
By a
very.
significant amount. Like even if you see the palms, like our palms are my palm might even be a little bit. No, your palm is longer than mine.
I have
Your
big
palm
hands.
is longer than mine. Your fingers are longer than mine. Yes.
I have big hands.
I have tiny hands. So confirmed. Anna's hands are bigger. For
The
those
only
who
thing.
doubted. Also, if you're just joining us, make sure you press the like button. Love it, lick it, caress it, whatever it is you do. Make sure you sub to Anna. And if you're not, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, look. It's that
Um,
green jello. That wasn't mine. That was Jesse's.
I green jello. I eat green jello. Anna doesn't eat things like that.
I like jello.
I'm teasing
I
you.
like jello when it has fruit in it.
Fruit jello is fun.
It's so good.
But yes, we are 34-ish likes away from 100. And I know we can get there like
Yay.
that. So thanks everyone for being here and liking. And let's find out what came in the box. Ooh.
What's in the box?
It's something exciting. It's also for Mongo. It says, hey there, Jeff and Jesse. Hope you're both doing well. And I hope you both
Godzilla.
received this package. It's a pretty sweet
Oh, it's not
figure.
Godzilla.
Best wishes and warm regards, Mongo's.
As I open your present for you.
That's fine.
Look it.
Whoa! Look at him. He's Gamera. 1995 Gamera. That's a really that's a sweet figure.
I used to watch these when I was a kid because my mom, for whatever reason, she thinks everything else is nerdy, but my mom loves Godzilla.
This is what was in the box for Mongo.
Oh, cool.
You want to see it?
I can see it from here.
Okay. It's got opposable things. It's Gamera from 1995.
I'm strongly tempted to bring all the ones he sent me out.
Yeah.
So have a
So you have
family.
a whole huge family.
Oh,
Look at Joe. Other ones he sent you. Other ones the size and style.
Almost every figure that he made. He sent me like a
It's
lot.
amazing. We're gonna have such a great Godzilla family. So thank you, Mongo. You're the best. This stuff, so we can-
also,
Bring it in
guys,
here.
while we're showing things, look at what I got in the mail yesterday. Eee, look
Looks
at
so good.
it's real. It's like a real thing. And then one of
Physical book.
here you go.
I'm on page 3. I haven't looked at the inside yet. Oh, God, that's so gorgeous.
Thank you.
It really is a great, and I love the silhouetting. I remember when you were running by like your original proofs of this with me, and you're like, what do you like? And all this. Oh, God, it really turned out perfectly.
Thank you.
That's such a beautiful. I just want to see a little bit of the book. I haven't seen any of it. That's neat.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good story.
I haven't read all of it. I was like, I wanted to see the pictures first.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. I'm like, ooh, comic, let me look at all the pictures.
Look at the pictures. It's the picture book first. But I think it's great too, because I think it's the way you did this. It was like your style,
Mhm.
but it really looks, it's very like, especially if you look at some of these first pages of her, it works well with the comic. You know, some people are like, well, it's my art for your comic and whatnot, but yours really does a nice job of like bringing that together. Like, this is my
Thank
personal
you.
touch on it. This is my personal style, but it's very true to the, you know, the what you're doing. I think it makes you a
Thank
great
you.
choice for doing cover art. So
Yeah.
there you go.
One of the things, like the farther back you can still see, that's one of the things when you do more like graphic art. 'Cause I wanted to do something that if you're just walking in the store, it would stand out.
Yeah. I think that's sexy AF.
Yeah, so they're going to be printing out the rest of them. This was just a sample that they sent to me real fast so I could show everyone. So this is the Virgin cover. And so obviously you have the logo. The logo will be right here on the other ones. Yeah. It's so crazy. It's
Great.
real. It's real.
This
That's the
makes me
crazy
even
thing.
happier that we're getting
And
all
this is-
three.
This is the back. It's got like a dedication to my sister and more roses to match with the front. Not to make everything, sad, but you
But I mean,
know.
shout out to Nick and the guys at it's Dynamite Comics, right?
Mhm.
You know, for letting you
That's
having
nice.
you do that. You know, I thought that was a really sweet gesture of them. It just shows
It was
shows the
yeah.
quality of people that they are. You know, they care.
Mhm.
They're not just trying to make money off of people and like, oh, let's cash in on your success. They really care about, the artists they work with.
Thank you, Alan. I have the chat pulled up over here on my phone. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have to do like a video or I'll probably do both a video and
I'll pull that one out since we're talking about Anna. Your Vampirella cover looks awesome. Can't wait to get it. Alan Walker, thanks so much for the super chat. And yes, I am really excited to get mine too. Mongo's big thing says the green screen was also me. It was initially an accidental purchase, but I figured that you might like it. Glad you like it. Thank you so much. Well, what a happy accident, because I mean, you must have been clearly. I'm just sending my thought waves out, and you picked up on them. So thank you, Mongo. That's really actually awesome, and get a ton of use out of it. And I'll credit you every time. And our good friend Anthony Scioli is here. He says I forgot to wear sunscreen on my 6-hour walk.
Oh no! Why were you walking for 6 hours?
I don't know. It just sounds that to me that's a hike.
Yeah.
But, and I like hikes, but forgetting sunscreen. Ugh. Also, that thumbnail. Always.
I would have thumbnail.
Always. Oh, God. Man. So I introduced Go Big or Go Home to Power Thirst yesterday.
What's that?
Oh, God. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God. It was this great thing. People in here will know that Power Thirst. It was something that was very like my college years is where like it was big. But it was one of those silly just internet videos, and it was for a fake sports drink. Yeah, and it was this really intense, like, hey, do you want to feel so energetic? Try Power Thirst. It's an energy drink for men. Energy.
Oh my god.
It was like that, like in your face. Try raw berry, made with lightning, real lightning. Like that was the whole thing, and you're like, what?
It sounds like the OxyClean guy.
Power Thirst is crystal meth. It's like if you put the OxyClean guy on crystal meth and had an advertised energy drink, it would be Power Thirst. But there's been so many parody versions of it. So I told Sean, I was like, well, if you liked Power Thirst, watch 2 and 3, and then watch Anal Blast, which is the gay version. Apparently it's an emo version. I don't know if Sean discovered this, but someone hired them to advertise a real energy drink.
Oh, no.
So you can find that. That's out there somewhere, too.
And these are just parody people in college?
Yeah, this was just one of those, like fun back when like YouTube was all just silly videos. That was one of those kinds of things. You gonna fix her?
I hold her.
You hold her.
Because I think she's cute.
I just want to see if
wonder
if we could get her to.
I tried that. You might have to do the opposite ways because it's like.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cute.
She is.
One of the comics that I said that I wanted to do was this comic book called Wings. And
everyone's freaking out about Anal Blast. Yes, Anal Blast is the gay parody of Power Thirst.
Oh god.
Yes, Carry on Wings. Oh yeah. Oh yes. You've told me the whole synopsis for that. And I think it's incredible.
Well, and one of like the sequels is like when they introduce the moths and all that. And so this was like it reminds me of it. I'm like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. She's so cute. I want to take a picture of her. It's cute.
Do it. She is really cute.
I'm one of those people that it's like, as long as it's cute, like it makes me want to buy it and like have it because it's cute. But now that I'm a grown up, I'm like, I don't play with toys anymore. So I'm like, I just have all of these cute little things. Like,
We got our first cat cameo. Hi, she pancake.
He was already back here. I petted him.
Oh, someone was already back here on the stream.
You're talking Justin. Here you go.
Come here. She pancake, come here. You want to be part of the stream? She
So
pancake is our future
big.
star.
He's so big.
Aw. I am going to start a channel for him real soon. And I'm obviously going to post and repost his stuff from my accounts, but I'm not going to publicly tie my name or my channel to him. I just want it to be sort of a fun standalone side project, something where I don't, because everyone, is kind of knows, everyone saw my video from last week, which, by the way, the outpouring of support and love from this community after that video was incredible. So thank you. Really, really thank you. Everyone who reached out to me and everyone who said anything and has been supportive of me needing to step back a little bit. But yeah, one of the things I'm going to work on during that is just something that'll keep, so I don't have to directly deal with all the stressors and whatnot, is just throw up some social media for Shippy and Cake. And yeah, so you can see more of him. He gets a little Shippy and Cake voice. Talk to people. Hi, Auntie Anna. How are you? Hi. Hello. I missed you. How are you? You look smaller than I remembered.
Oh, you got big. That's why.
Oh, I'm not sure that's true. I feel pretty much the same.
No, you baby.
Yeah, I think the world just got smaller.
No, he's a baby.
Maybe that's true. I suppose I could think about it. I've been really getting into philosophy lately, so maybe.
You look like your mommy.
Aw. You look like your mama. Your mommy who's not me.
You got your daddy coloring though.
Yes, you do.
You got stinky ears.
You do got your stinky ear. Stinky ear. We're gonna wash it. We haven't washed it yet today. We're gonna wash your stinky ear. You get washed out until the boogers go away, until it's not stinky no more. Who knows when that will be? You just gotta stop scratching it, okay? I need to put you in a cone. Put you in a cone so you can't scratch your hair. Put you in a cone. Why?
From my dad's ranch.
Little ranch cat. Little ranch cat.
Little ranch cat that became house kitty.
Little house cat. Little
Daddy's like, let me see.
little adventure cat. Oh, my new toys. Thanks for these new things I can knock off the surface. Thanks. Thanks for more things to knock down. I felt very obsolete because all the surfaces were clear and there was nothing to knock down. So yeah, that's his voice. So if you want to hear that voice incessantly paired with the face of a cute cat, that'll be Ship Pancakes.
There you go.
That will be Ship Pancakes channel. Raging Rhino's here. So sorry, I'm driving. Hail the chat. Oh, good, Raging Rhino. Love to have you, and thank you for the super.
What time is it in Australia right now?
I have no idea. So this time to check up because you're
Do you have Alexa in here?
Super. No, we did get a super
Kitty.
sticker from Raging Rhino. Let me see if I can
thank
find out what
you.
it was. Let's see. All the way down. Come on. This is not loading quickly.
You know, I've had that problem too, where things don't like. At least my chat, and then it'll skip
It
on
takes
me.
a long time to like catch up here. Yeah. I'll be up. It's a fox. It's a fox doing the number one.
Is that a fox? I always thought that was a dog. That little Asian dog,
Oh, I thought
like
it
the
was.
Hachi dog.
Oh, I always thought it was a fox. I guess it could be a Shiba Inu.
Yeah, that dog.
It does kind of look like a Shiba Inu, but Shiba Inus are fox dogs, so everyone says. But yeah, so it's fox or a dog or whatever. But thank you, Raging Rhino.
Todd and Copper.
Don't even. We're gonna start crying right now.
I know. But one of the things that we were talking about when we were talking about the shows, Jesse was telling me some interesting stuff about dinosaurs.
Yeah. So this is our first fun topic. I thought this was a really fun topic for us to cover. Let me share this real quick. I actually haven't read through the article yet, so I'm really excited. I've seen some of the commotion around it.
Oh my
But-
God, Will, what does the fox say? Oh my, do you remember when that stupid video came
I
out?
hate that video so much.
Everyone's like, what does the fox say?
I'm like, nothing. I'm like, actually, if you want to know what the fox says, the fox goes, "Arr!" That's what they sound like. So, they sound like weird dogs. I just hear them in our neighborhood all the time. So scientists say they can recreate living dinosaurs within the next few years.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is coming. All right, so before we even dive into the article, let's just get like initial thoughts. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Should we do this? Should we not? What are your thoughts? And you might, in the meantime,
I think
press the
there's
like
a
button.
whole damn franchise about why that is not a great idea.
There's a lot of evidence to say probably don't do this. Probably don't. Personally, I think it is a.
So it's like, yes. Here's my thing. Okay, we do have over 7 billion people in this world. People are complaining about population. All right, so everyone that goes there, maybe sign a waiver. Kind of like when you go skydiving, it's like you could die.
Oh yeah, there will be waivers out the asshole.
Yeah, so if you're willing to take that risk, and like by all power to you, go see some dinosaurs. I probably won't go.
That's one of the other things with it, though, is like what you don't see in the movie because it was, and that was part of the whole shtick of the film was it's on this island that's not owned by the government. It's off the coast of Costa Rica, but it's not owned by Costa Rica. It was this, I think John Hammond owns that island.
He did, yeah.
So that's, he owns those islands. So that's, if you did this and you had it like in the US and whatnot, if in order to get approval to do this, you would probably need to have some contingency plan with the government whereby like if any of your animals escape or anything goes wrong, immediately the government comes in and just fucking like annihilates them. Just comes in with helicopters.
Like in the
and
second
drones.
movie where he calls her, or no, was that the third one?
The third one where
The whole Navy
the entire
shows
Navy
up.
shows up on the shore. Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, you called the right person.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's just like, oh my God, they're on the job.
Put the megaphone. Put them up. Nope, you got the entire freaking army.
I love that. Just at the end, they're like, the whole freaking Navy is there, and it's like, whoa. But I mean, that obviously didn't work out in the first or the second one.
No.
And so like they learned, they're like,
But the second one, also remember, the second one they only sending out all that artillery and stuff to get the dinosaurs to make the zoo. We easily have the firepower to blow them up. So that's one of the things with what about scientists make viruses, want to make AI robots, and now dinosaurs. They're trying to. I am much more concerned about like biological warfare and a robot apocalypse than like a dinosaur apocalypse. To me, this
We could take a well, obviously not like
it's not gonna be a
I can't sit there and take on a whole dinosaur. But I mean, there are ways to stop a dinosaur as compared to a biochemical weapon or a bunch of unfeeling robots.
Yeah, this is not threatening to wipe out our society.
Yes.
We're not at risk as a creature. Could it be catastrophic? Absolutely. But I'm kind of in a place with it where I'm like, this is leading into my Joker tendencies of I'd rather watch the world burn, you know. Let it happen. Let's see what happens.
I'm not gonna stop someone. I maybe just maybe not make velociraptors. Maybe don't do a T-Rex. Maybe the predator one, like a long neck. I wouldn't like that'd be cool to see a triceratops, like ones that kids know. Maybe
the thing with the triceratops too is you can also you can cap their horns or you can probably file their horns so they're not as lethal. Hey, hell, if we're doing designer genetic dinosaurs, design your triceratops without horns,
so that way poachers don't try to come and steal it.
That's true too.
But that's what I'm saying, like long neck, so I can see Littlefoot. Specifically not pterodactyls. Those ones I feel like would be very hard to contain.
It'd be hard to contain, and then you'd also that would become a big issue on like humanely keeping them, giving them enough space and all that stuff,
and making sure that they don't eat everyone.
Yeah, that's one for me. Like seeing how that panned out in 3 and in Jurassic World, I'm like, pterodactyls, no, thank you.
A long neck is something that I like. Bronchiosaurus. So I don't keep quoting the Land Before Time. That one, okay. Like I can understand having that around. No.
Stegosaurus, you know,
those ones.
The herbivores.
The other ones, I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're thinking.
Swinging Cod says, "Wake me up when they can make cyborg dinosaurs with freaking lasers on their freaking heads."
Yes. No megalodons.
No.
Hell no, you psychos.
I kind of do love megalodons. No. The Leviathan says, "I want to ride a Stegosaurus."
There you go.
Oh my God, Stegosaurus rides! Wasn't that a thing in Jurassic World where they had like little like Triceratops rides for the kids with the baby? Oh God, that was
instead of ponies.
That was the most emotional response I had to that film is when the pterodactyls get out and it picks up by the saddle. It picks up one of the little triceratops and drops him. It wasn't high enough. So he's probably okay, but that was.
I felt like I was more emotional over the other dinosaurs that were getting out. Like, no, leave them alone.
Like I prefer Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt lived, but everyone else.
Did you watch Dinotopia? Did you ever see that?
I did, yeah.
The like miniseries that they printed with the magical stones.
Oh God, they made those into books. Those we talked about those another time. They made those into books. My brother read all the books. Books were first because it was I think it's James Gurney that did all the art for it. I think I could be wrong. Dinotopia, and then it was the Lost something. There was
a miniseries that's based on the books. I just remember those shiny rocks and
God.
And the two brothers and.
That was fun though. My brother was really, really. I was into it because he was. My brother's super into that. The Leviathan says, "I would." The Velociraptors were as big as turkeys and had lots of colorful feathers. They were quite cute. Okay, the bitty raptors, yes. The ones what they actually technically looked like, that being bitty.
Okay, predators. Let's not do that. We did no.
Deinonychus, that's actually the most badass hunter for me in the dinosaur world. Deinonychus. They're very raptor-like. They're a little bigger and they have longer tails for better balance, but they have the big gutting claw.
That's the one that they based on just.
That's what they use. And there's another. I keep forgetting the word for it. It's a something raptor.
Let's Google.
Yeah, that's more. Raptors. It's bigger and has the claw. It's more similar, but yeah, that whole claw. The Deinonychus is one of them.
Deinonychus raptor.
But then there's a type of raptor too that I can't remember what. The Deinonychus is its own category, but there's a type of raptor that I can't think of. Macy Van Dusen says, "I want a Triceratops and an Allosaurus." Allosauruses were my favorites until I discovered Deinonychus. Excuse me.
Apparently, bless you.
Thank you. Albatross Flight says, "I want a saber-toothed tiger." I do too.
Actually. I'm completely fine with them, bringing back animals that went extinct during the Ice Age. Yeah. Like mammoths.
Oh, woolly mammoths.
I love mammoths.
So cool.
Love them.
You'd have to. That would be perfect. That would be the perfect thing if you were going to commercialize Antarctica. If Antarctica ever became a place, is build a Ice Age park where you just bring back all these animals and just
if anything, do that in Russia.
right in Siberia. Be like,
Oh
take those old gulags, you know. I mean, I'm sure some of those are still active. We just don't know about it. But take those old gulags from the cold, you know, from Stalin and all that. And
The only thing is that they do go south when there's snow. The mammoths leave. They leave before snowstorms and stuff.
but we'll.
The Ice Age, I think, is my favorite. Like,
I was supposed to say, finally get together. What do they talk about? Dinosaurs.
yes.
To
be fair, we were talking about dinosaurs even before this.
That's
So
true. Do you like those movies, the Ice Age movies?
I love it. Yes.
I haven't
Love
seen
Ice
all of
Age.
them. I think I've seen the first two. But I really enjoyed them. I like Scrat.
I love Scrat as an acorn. That was the thing when they released the trailer for Ice Age when we were kids.
Yeah.
And Scrat, the trailer was just Scrat trying to get the acorn. It didn't show Manny. It didn't show Diego. It didn't show Sid.
True.
It was literally just Scrat trying to get the acorn, and it breaks off the glacier.
It does, and he was like, "Oh, I remember that commercial. That was
the commercial for
that was
the
such a
freaking
seller.
movie.
That was such a seller, and I don't even know if
And we're like, we don't know what the hell this movie is, but this squirrel, the saber-toothed squirrel, is trying to get this acorn out of this hole, and it's like, it's the funniest shit.
right. Oh my
I
god,
love
I don't even
the Ice Age
remember if they.
Oh, like the dodos are like the last melon.
Oh my god.
They're like, there goes the last female.
Oh, that was
We
so
need to
great.
survive the Ice Age, and even though it's not historically accurate, because you know
And yeah,
that's not how the dodos went extinct.
No.
They were not on mainland; they were on an island. But still, it was funny.
But still, it was
It was
great. And
funny.
but you know what? Also, when you think about like the plot of that movie, the entire premise of that film was like it was people from different walks of life learning to get along and learning how to understand and accept change. First of all, because that was the big thing. Was Manny needed to learn how to accept change.
And grief and
loss and all that stuff, and let go and move on and grow. Diego needed to learn how to be basic, because that was the whole you're supposed to be a certain way, a certain person, because of your upbringing. He had to learn how to break out of that to become
and to say like right and wrong,
and to learn morality,
to stand up to your higher
up
ups and against everyone, because to do the right thing.
Exactly. And Sid was just retarded, but
no, Sid needed to have more confidence and stop lying.
That's true. This is a big growth for him, and he was also
But he did get abandoned by his family. That was so
really
sad. He wakes up and his family is gone because they didn't like him. I was like, oh my god, Sid.
That's what it is. I couldn't remember. I was thinking, who does this voice remind me of for so long? Cecil reminds me of Sid from Ice Age. Right?
Who is that voice?
Who it was. That's who it was. From the second Cecil happened, I was like, who does this voice remind me of? It's Sid from Ice Age.
Who is Sid's
god.
voice?
I don't know. But he's great. Oh god. But yeah, he's also, he's like that perfect example. We all have that friend.
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo? That's John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
Oh shit. No way. You know him.
Oh yeah,
he's in
was
everything.
In Moulin Rouge.
He's in everything. He's been in everything. He was in John Wick.
Was he in John
He's
Wick?
the mechanic who fixes his car.
In which John Wick?
In the first one. He shows up, I think, in the other two as well. But in the very first one, remember when they first... he's the chop shop where they bring John... After they steal John Wick's car, they bring it to, and he's like, you stole... He recognizes the car, and he's like, he hits him, he's like, you're so stupid and all that. Yeah, that's John Leguizamo.
Okay.
I don't know, Cecil is Sid's cousin.
Oh my god. He's the one that abandoned him.
Cecil would. Cecil be like, let's leave this guy.
No, but the whole scene where Sid is in the mud bath with the two girls.
Did you ever see Ice Age, the movie?
No.
Oh my god, we just realized Cecil reminds us of this one character, Sid.
The sloth.
Oh, okay, I know what that is.
That's like Cecil's voice to a T. It's perfect. It's John Leguizamo did the voice.
Oh, okay.
But it's Cecil's voice.
No, but if you there's the scene where Sid steals the baby to get the girl sloth, and they're in the mud bath, and he's just like not even. He's like dropping the baby.
Drowning. Oh my god.
The baby in the mud. And like the two girls, oh my god, that would be Cecil. Cecil would be Cecil.
Like, hey, check, he would borrow someone's baby. He'd be like,
while
oh
they're
my
sleeping
god.
without asking.
You gotta watch it soon.
Yeah, Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
super cute.
I love the
too.
part where it shows the UFO in the ice and the baby's like,
That's so fun. It was such a fun. I wish kids movies were like that because
I
that was
know.
like that was the
because like
last.
kids might not get it, but all of us
Right.
grown-ups got it.
Exactly. That was the
Well,
last.
I got it when
that
I
was the
was a
last Bastards of the kids movie. It was that kids movie with the references. It had heady enough themes and adult enough call outs for the parents. I mean, you took your kids or for older people who want to see it anyway. For older people, but it had those really good messages in allegorical form for the kids. So it's not like, hey, kids, be friends. It's like, watch this good, positive thing about everyone getting along. Like that, to me, that movie does more for diversity and inclusion than anything Disney Star Wars tried to do.
Yep.
By a mile.
Yep,
Mile. It's because that's like, it's so
As humans, different animals all to play these different types of characters. There you go.
Exactly.
And that's why I said that even in Star Trek, it's like they use aliens. They don't use different human beings for these tropes. They use aliens to show that.
That's one of those things. It's like if you're like 8 years old, right, and you're watching if you watch a movie and there's all these issues about like, oh, why the white kid can't play with the black kid and blah blah blah. The kids they don't understand the context and the history and that, and they shouldn't at that age. They shouldn't be exposed. They should be exposed to all kinds of kids and just taught to treat them all like that's how I was raised. I was just taught. No one ever explained that being Asian was different than being this or being that. I remember like I didn't even think about it until years and years later. There was a Chinese girl at my preschool. I went to a Jewish preschool. It was at a synagogue. She wasn't Jewish. She just went there because all the preschools pretty much, kindergarten was in, the regular school system, but preschools were typically in the area. They were either run by the synagogues or run by the churches. We were a Jewish heavy area, so mostly the synagogues, and they chose this one because they thought it would be the best education for their kid, pre-education for their kid. And it never occurred to me. It never occurred to me as she was one of my friends. She was a good friend. I remember her parents, they had a restaurant. They came in one day. You would hate it because it was Chinese food, but they came in and they made all this food for us, and it was awesome. And it was such a great opportunity to explore Chinese food, and learn about Chinese food. It was this cultural sharing thing. There was no point in my childhood that it ever occurred to me, wait, I'm Jewish. She's Asian. Yeah. She's probably not Jewish. Why is she in my school?
No, kids don't care. They don't think about that kind of stuff.
Exactly. But when you watch Ice Age as even an 8-year-old, you understand that it's weird for a saber-toothed tiger to get along with the mammoth, to get along with the sloth, that, in the natural world, this would eat that. And we understand those things. And so we get those messages of people who are different coming together and learning how to put their differences aside and getting along in a way that kids can understand and digest like this Chinese food that everyone's interested in now.
I hate Chinese food.
I know. I'm sad for you, but
I know.
It's your
I
life.
know. I'm in the very small minority. I don't like it.
So we had Macy Van I love how we had this whole conversation for like 20 minutes now, and we haven't even read the article. We've been on dinosaurs for like 20 minutes.
It's okay.
Macy Van Dusen says the Triceratops would be just for riding around. The Allosaurus would be my war steed. Good choice. There you go. Good choice. Allosaurus.
Did you ever watch Dinosaur?
I don't think so.
With Disney?
I don't think so. I don't watch a lot of Disney growing up. We didn't have Disney Channel in my household, so we would get it like on a regular cable, like every now and then. We would get like a free, for a week.
I didn't have it either. I had to go see it at my friend's house.
I don't think I had any friends that were super into it enough that we watched it at their houses. I did have my friend whose big brother
it was
watched.
A movie. It wasn't a show.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I went to the theater and saw it. Like, that's one thing. Like, because we didn't have like TV. We could only watch movies.
Wait, when did this one come out? It's called Dinosaur.
Like 2001, maybe. Let me see.
I vaguely remember it. I guess I remember it.
There's monkeys in it, and I was like, why the fuck are there monkeys in a dinosaur movie?
I don't know. Oh, Jeffrey Turner, aka Mega Jetty 1, says, "Hey Jesse and Anna, I'm like number 100. Have a good day." Well, thank you, Mega Jetty 1. Thank you, Jeffrey Turner. You are one and the same. We appreciate that.
Dinosaur. 2000.
2000. I don't remember. Okay, I vaguely remember that. I don't think I ever saw it though.
I don't remember any of their names because they're all weird names. You don't remember? And they're like, they step on the ground and it makes water, and it was all CG.
Didn't see it. That looks cool actually, but I didn't see it.
The commercial for it came out. Bless you. When Tarzan, bless you.
This always happens when we shut the windows.
Tarzan came out. So it was the commercial was the egg. And so the egg's in the nest, and then the thing steals the egg, and then the egg falls out of
I
that.
do remember
And there's
that.
like the jungle, and then the pterodactyl has the egg, and it's flying, but then it drops, and it's just like the egg going on this journey.
I remember that commercial, that
and
trailer.
then it's cracking, and then a monkey pulls it back, and there's a baby dinosaur, and so the monkey raises the baby dinosaur. You don't remember that trailer? That I remember. So all these trailers didn't have anything to do with the story. It was just like it was its own story in and of itself, and it didn't give away the plot of the movie or the characters or anything. You never really even heard dialogue. It was just this little story.
Aw, that's kind of like the Ice Age one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what was going around on.
I think that's good advertising.
Anna has a Boston accent. How do I have a Boston accent?
She totally does not, Greg Kirby. If she did, I would hate talking to her because I can't stand Boston accents.
Mark Wahlberg's accent's nice.
God, I don't know the tune for this, so I'm going to make it up. But Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest says, "Sing, Denver, the last dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more." Oh, God. That sounds rapey. Jesse, dinosaurs are not for sexing. Lord Ian Malcolm, thank you for the super chat. Says the 2 Jurassic Park books by Michael Crichton are amazing and explain why cloning dinosaurs is a bad idea. Yep. I highly recommend them. They're different from the movies and very intellectual. The only Michael Crichton book I've read was Timeline. I really enjoyed it for that reason.
I like Timeline. That's a good.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, but I watched the movie.
I enjoyed the movie version of it too. It didn't get a lot of press or anything or attention, but it was actually
it was
really good
for something.
I think but it was another good adaptation. But I really enjoyed that book. And yes, that's one thing I like about Michael Crichton. He's a true science fiction writer in the sense that when he digs into science, it's real science. And that's apparently, we'll find out more in this article, but what I was hearing is apparently this is
former staff writer.
Don't we already know how this movie is going to end? In a potentially terrifying case of life imitating art, the renowned paleontologist who served as the inspiration for Jurassic Park's protagonist, Dr. Alan Grant, is spearheading genetic research that could engineer dinosaurs back into existence for the next 5 to 10 years. So that's why this was originally published in 2015. So now they're saying 5 years because it's been republished now, I guess. While Dr. Jack Horner, who has consulted on all 4 Jurassic films, clearly this article is from 5 years ago, initially believed the key to recreating the prehistoric creatures lay in working with ancient DNA strands. Further study about DNA degradation over time has since ruled out that possibility. Instead, a group of scientists at Harvard and Yale turned their eye to, wait for it, the modern day chicken. Of course, birds are dinosaurs, Horner told People magazine, so we just need to fix them so they look a little more like a dinosaur. Interesting. In an attempt to reverse evolution, the team has already made significant strides in mutating chickens back to the very creatures from which they descended. Interesting. If that wasn't enough genetic splicing and dicing, Harvard scientists attempted a similar feat recently by inserting the genes of a woolly mammoth into elephants in order to recreate the extinct beast. Whoa, baby. I did hear about that when that happened. If the 4 major differences between dinosaurs and birds are their tails, arms, hands, and mouths, Horner and the team have already flipped certain genetic switches in chicken embryos to reverse engineer a bird's beak into a dinosaur-like snout. Whoa. Actually, the wings and hands are not as difficult, Horner said, adding that a chickenosaurus, as he calls the creation, is well on its way to becoming a reality. The tail is the biggest project, he said. But on the other hand, we have been able to do some things recently that have given us hope that it won't take too long.
Didn't they watch that movie Splice?
I guess
and learn that this is a bad idea.
So that's interesting. So that's a little different than, because something I'd read that says, they're using similar science. So they're obviously studying the ancient DNA that's degraded to pull some of the ideas, but instead of actually splicing ancient DNA that's too decrepit.
Well, did you watch the movie Splice?
No, I didn't.
It's with Adrian Brody. It's kind of like a horror movie.
Obviously,
it goes wrong.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Sorry, I'm laying back. It's comfy. I had to drive up here.
I love getting comfy on this couch. I only lean forward to have to deal with stuff up yonder. But
up yonder.
Up yonder.
It was not a word I ever expected you to
me. Yonder. I say yonder all the time. I say weird shit all the time. But yeah, that's interesting to me that it's reverse engineering it instead of splicing. So that's
Well, I mean, if they're using chickens and elephants, then there has to be some splicing with it to put that in.
Well, it sounds like they're just trying to figure out, because that's something they figured out how to do is artificially change the genes. So if they can figure out which part of the genetic sequence, because part of it's turning things on and off, which part was responsible for.
See, now we're getting into Gattaca type territory with this.
Tinkering, that's a little bit, well, it's because it's that slippery slope question. It's we're tinkering with chickens now to try to turn them into dinosaurs. At what point do we make that jump and start tinkering with people?
Dude, they should totally make it. This is okay. So I had this idea on. Do I even want to say it? Because it's going to sound really strange.
Oh, I never told you I'll tell you off air so nobody steals it. And that dream that I have that we're turning into a little comic
yeah,
story. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah, so that I always hate it when people do that. Like, oh yeah, I had this thing. I'll tell you later.
Well, no, I don't want to tell on air. I wanted to steal
I know. Who was it that did that the other day on his show? If somebody, I was watching a live stream and they did that, and I was like, "Fucker, now I want to know."
There. So that's sketch services. They turn markers in their DNA on and off, like they turn off the marker for feathers. Yeah. So which means they can do it for other animals. That's something they've probably. I'm sure that's where it's coming from. Is they've probably already done. I know they've already done this kind of research with other animals.
Somebody forgot to turn the marker on for me, so that way I would have 2 tear ducts instead of 1.
Yeah, apparently.
It's not fun.
Somebody, I don't know what markers they forgot for me, but I'm sure that a metabolism. I didn't get one.
Oh,
my metabolism sucks.
Mine's awesome. I'm happy about that.
I always want to meet someone who has like a unnecessarily overactive one and be like, I'll just trade a little bit, just be a little bit of your juice, and you can slow down just a hair, and that's it. You know, there's people who are mad that they can't gain weight because they're like, I'll meet one of those people and we'll just figure out how to,
I can't gain weight at all, but I've never wanted to.
Well, you're also not like emaciated skinny. Like some of these people who have trouble gaining weight are like creepy skinny.
Oh yeah.
Like they would like to have a curve here or there sometimes, So yes.
Look at
that's
there you go. That's
so
my wrinkly foot.
Our consensus is we're on board with dinosaurs. We're not sure we're gonna go see them.
I just showed a dinosaur. Look, that's how wrinkly dinosaurs are. I just showed dinosaur's skin. It's the bottom of my feet.
That's exactly what it is. Now, do you want your dinosaur? Do you want all your dinosaurs to have feathers or not?
I don't want dinosaurs to have feathers. When I was a kid, they didn't have fucking feathers.
Very against
I don't care if there's this, and this. Like when Ross starts talking on Friends, because Ross is obsessed with dinosaurs, and Rachel's just like, you made me go to some lecture, and she's like, here's this little bone that we didn't know this dinosaur had, but here it is, 1 million years later, we found this little bone that didn't matter that we didn't know that it exists, and then Ross is like, that little bone proved that it had wings, but it wasn't capable of flight, and she's just like, 3 hours over this one little bone. And I'm like, when I was a kid, dinosaurs didn't have feathers. I'm completely fine with Pluto being a planet because Pluto is a planet and dinosaurs not having feathers. No feathers. I don't want them to have feathers.
I'm down with that. And that's the thing. Look, as we've already discussed here, and as Jurassic Park already clearly covered, we're not actually recreating real dinosaurs the way they were. There are changes that happen when you're doing this kind of genetic, mumbo jumbo and whatnot. I want my dinosaurs to look like they look in Jurassic Park or the way they looked everywhere when I was a kid. So if you're going to build me dinosaurs, turn off the feather switch. I don't need it.
I don't
care. I don't care if real dinosaurs have feathers or not.
Anti-feathered dinosaurs.
I am against feathered dinosaurs.
I think that is the next step in the evolution, and I don't want that. It's like, do you want Pikachu or do you want Raichu? I'm like, well, I like Pikachu. I don't want Raichu.
Exactly.
I want regular Pikachu.
Raichu?
The feather thing, I feel like, was the next step in evolution, which people are probably going to scream in the comments. Now, Anna, here's all the facts. I'm like,
but think about even dinosaurs today, though. Even if they didn't get to that evolutionary step when they were alive, they're not flying anymore, so they don't need feathers for aerodynamicness or anything like that. It's also the world is a hotter place now. With all this global warming, it's probably much hotter here. And who is calling me? Oh. I'm going to have to, because you just silence it on there too. Good. Dope. So, it's warmer now. Why would we put effectively a feather coat on these creatures?
No feathers.
It's insensitive to the dinosaurs.
1 in the chat if you want feathers, 2 no feathers.
Don't be a featherist. But Guitar Jedi says I hate the feather dinosaur crap. I do too. And look, I will accept that is probably the science and that might be what they look like, but I don't need to see it. It's not about historical accuracy. If you're gonna bring me dinosaurs, bring me the dinosaurs that I want to see. Lorian Malcolm says, I knew about this back in 2015. This is old news to me.
Of course it is. Everyone, 1 in the chat if feathers on dinosaurs.
1 for feathers.
2 for no feathers. Me and Jesse are both 2s in this situation.
Zach Blackfire is a fan of feathers, I guess. You're allowed.
It's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Maddie's on our side.
Hey.
Prime Victory Leo is taking his side. Zach is apparently really into feathers. Whatever, Sean Firefart. Let's go, big boar. All right, y'all are dead to me. Lordy and Malcolm is in. We got a lot of people who want that historical accuracy.
I don't. It's like, hi, kitty.
Ryan Nair says I choose both.
No.
Oh, I guess
I want them to look like Littlefoot.
Just for 2 is no feathers. 1 is feathers, just in case we're clear. Well, hi, is Lando? Must be. He's rubbing his head on me.
Yeah.
I can tell which cat was here based on the way he rubbed his head against my head. Because he does it in this creepy, subversive way that feels very non-consensual,
So
even when you accept it. This is my rapey cat. I love him. He is really cute.
He's sweet. He just wants love.
He does, but
He's so
he wants
cute.
love at 3 a.m. from your face.
Oh.
It's unfortunate. He is probably our most conventionally attractive
Oh, see,
cat,
there's some
though.
twos. There's some twos.
We did get our 2s here. Yes, I think Sean was clearly confused at first. It's okay. His brain's probably being addled by all the heat out in Arizona.
Oh God.
It was like 112 degrees there the other week. Greg Kirby says dinosaurs had no colors too. Congrats, Anna, on book. Woo!
Thank you.
Congrats,
Thank you.
Anna.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's fine. I'll accept. Let's see. We are getting all right. 2s are rolling. There we go. There's our
hi.
2s.
Oh, you're heavy.
Yes.
Hi. I got
Alfaria says 9.
that's a cat butt.
That is a cat butt. Oh, here's one. I actually also have not read through this yet, but here's another one that I wanted to bring up today. That I hadn't mentioned to you. I don't know if you saw this, but it seems like utter nonsense. Because it is utter nonsense.
We should name the stream the dinosaur chat.
The dinosaur.
We're talking about dinosaurs.
What's your favorite dinosaur? Huh? That is in kitten spec. It's dinosaur. It's one of the cutest things to say in kitten. Net and spitter. Instead of spider. Dinosaur.
Oh my God! Look how I brushed him and all his hair comes
I
out.
know. I've been brushing him like consistently too. I should get his brush.
Do you have a comb? Like I'll brush him.
I do. He's the one. He likes it the best too. But I've been brushing him nonstop. He just keeps shedding.
Go get it.
Keep taking over the chin scratches. Right back in.
And he doesn't like it. I know I'm not mom. I'm sorry.
Broke the thing. You go, Nando. Look, I will give you your chin scratches that you want.
I brushed
There
him.
you go. Look, you love. Now he's falling in love with you. This is his falling in love with you face.
My Lando.
That's why he turned to look at you while I'm scratching him. But yes. This is not Pancake Greg Kirby. This is Lando.
I think the cats are on the no feathers team too.
Yes, cats are definitely no. He is my dinosaur. He looks like a velociraptor sometimes. The way he's this very calculating face.
Oh my God! Look at all that cat hair.
Ha!
No, come back.
Dinosaur.
Come back and love me.
Hi, buddy. Yes, you're getting all the love. Yes, for those who don't know, all 4 of my cats are tuxedos. So there's Han, Lando, Mal, aka Pancake, and Jane, and they are all tuxedos. And they're all like domestic short hairs. So no one has any. Their coats are all relatively similar. Their patterning is all relatively similar. But yes, they're all tuxies. So, Lordy and Malcolm says Spinosaurus is my favorite. Well, I don't know where you're based, Lordy and Malcolm. I don't know what they did in the Florida one, but I will say Universal here, they had a really cool Spinosaurus bust that they probably rolled out like around Jurassic Park 3, but no one really cared about it. So they stuck it kind of in a side over in a corner of the Jurassic Park area at Universal where you couldn't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
They moved it though because they redid everything down there and redid the Jurassic Park ride and whatnot. And that, I believe last time we went, the Spinosaurus bust, it's a really, really cool bust. It's like sort of, it was popping out of a wall was how they had it. So it's sort of, it's the arms and the front half and a little bit of the spine and whatnot. But that is now, I believe, in the Jurassic Park section of the studio tour.
Oh.
Have you ever been on the studio tour?
Yeah, that's the one thing. I've only gone twice to Universal, and both
studio
times
tour.
I did the studio tour.
So you know how they bring you past some of the vehicles from the second movie and have a few little spitters, the Dilophosaurus spitting water at you.
Hi, kitty cat.
Hi, buddy. But I think he's over there with that. If I remember correctly, he was over there with that display, like popping out of the bushes now. So I'm glad they put it to use because obviously, even though Jurassic Park 3 was the worst thing in the Jurassic franchise since Fallen Kingdom, or until Fallen Kingdom, rather.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I don't remember.
We had just had it on the other day. It's not good per se, but it's watchable.
I remember specifically like the scene where he steals the eggs and he puts them in a lunchbox.
He takes them in his cooler, and then at the end they have to give them back.
I remember the kid survived the other guy. I remember it was really like scary when they're up on the sail, and then like
the opening scene. The opening scene is really. I'll give
and like they're all gone from
credit
the
where credit's due.
That was good. That was like it created that holy shit.
There are some really nice moments. Is that opening? It's a great opening. I think Jurassic Park across the board, all 3 of the original ones had really solid openings.
Mm-hmm.
Lost World was the one with that British couple and the little girl who gets attacked by the.
The thing about that is that you don't know what happens.
Yeah, I think they referenced it a little bit later in the movie where like she got really injured but she didn't die. There's some reference to the report. It might even be something where it's like on the news in the background. So it's a nice little like Easter egg where you got to kind of pay attention for it. And I love things like that when they like, do all those in-world referencing. But so Jurassic definitely had some nice moments. Like, I mean, the Spinosaur was an okay dinosaur. I thought it was a pretty cool dinosaur. The way they designed it and the way they did all that. That was the most CGI heavy of the original 3, and you could tell at points. But there were some other great moments in it too, like that whole kid and the way he survived, before they got there. The adding, having the pterodactyls introduced, I thought that was a good, addition. And
when they're in the pterodactyl pen.
In the pen, and they're walking. That's a great. They set that up really nicely too because they didn't realize where they were, and then suddenly one of them goes, "It's a bird cage," and they do that moment where they're walking across the bridge into the mist, and the last one goes across and calls out the name of someone, and the pterodactyl shows up, and it was some nice moments like that.
No, but how like the velociraptors are there, and he's like, "Give her the eggs," and I'm like, "They would fucking eat you."
Yeah,
don't even give me that.
That
shit.
was super cheesy. The
Don't
whole velociraptor subplot was really cheesy. The couple, like the reason to get them there, I thought was like pretty thin, and then that couple was a little annoying for most of the movie, and because it was the actors, there's 2 known actors. I'm just blanking on their names right now.
I'm just like, why the hell is that kid vacationing next to the island for stuff?
They justify all that.
They did, but I'm still like, no, that's not a good enough reason.
Because it was the whole justification. It was like you're not supposed to get that close to the island, but they had paid off someone to get them really close, which
I'm like, you're stupid.
Okay, no one's, especially because it's like they talked about when they're on the boat in the beginning and they're like you talking about the island.
Well, I feel like they were trying to rip off Aliens with having like the kid is the one that survived on this planet full of monsters, like a Newt.
A little bit, yeah. That's that same kind of idea. And what other part? The other part I really liked in that one though was they did a little callback to the first scene in Jurassic Park where Alan Grant sees the dinosaurs when they're on the river and he sees them all grazing. He's like, "Oh, I remember like the majesty of it." And it was so it touched on some of those things that I liked. I thought was good, but overall, it's like it's the weakest of the 3, but it's very watchable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, I think, but I mean, I always just go for the first one, or if I'm in a certain Jeff Goldblum mood, I'll watch the second one.
This is something for me too that just doesn't make sense of the setup of the original one, right? They're at the pen.
Oh yeah,
it's level ground because you see the goat and all of that stuff. It's all this level ground and whatnot, and yet somehow the T-Rex has no problem climbing up this giant cliff to get out of his pen, and this Jeep falls into a cliff, and they're very clearly like next to the goat.
But I thought that it falls off because the pin is on this side, right? Here's the trail with the Jeep. I thought the cliff was over here.
Because I think it goes.
But so why is there a cliff?
Because doesn't it get pushed over where there's the broken fence line?
I thought it was the fence on. So here I'm doing this on the screen.
Yeah.
Here's the fence on this side is the goat. So my thumb will be goat.
Yeah.
Here is this one, which will be in between my head and this. So this was the line where the Jeep was. And then I thought that there was another fence
on the other side.
On this side. Well, and that was another one that got broken. And that's where the cliff was because it was the fence for the cliff.
The other side was the bathroom where the lawyer runs in.
No, so
you have to like draw this out.
I have to.
Get a sketch.
Okay.
I know.
So I'm going to get this.
There you go.
So here's my iPad. Okay. So Actually, this is perfect. So
Okay.
you see how there's this little thing which is where I put
The
notes. Okay, so this pocket.
We call it a pocket
So
in
this
English.
this pocket. Okay, this is the trail that the Jeeps are on. Okay, and so get my pencil. On this side is monster.
Okay.
Okay,
So T-Rex is here behind the
goddamn.
fence.
So T-Rex is here behind the fence, or we could just say this damn thing is the fence. Okay,
Sure, that's
so
the fence.
this is the fence. This is where T-Rex goes. Rah rah rah. Goat. Yummy yummy yummy. Okay. So here's the car that goes along the fence. Okay, so now there's this big fence because here's the exhibit, but on this side of the damn exhibit, there's a fucking cliff and you fall. Bathroom is right here. They're driving right here. Let's say this is where goat is right here. Fence, dinosaur. Oh, hey, it's not electrocuted anymore. Bam! Let me get car. They go, falls over this side. Each student bathroom right here. Then there.
That would make sense. I have to go back and see in the movie.
That's what I always thought. And then when people said this argument, I'm like, it was a different. There's two fences.
I've never thought of it that way. I will have to go back and watch when next time I watch it, I'll look for that and I'll see if I can reconcile.
I do realize that I had this, which is more of an interpretation of a T-Rex than a dragon, a three-headed dragon, but it's okay.
Because that's when you talk about perspective shooting. One that always bothered me, that I can my brain can never, when I watch it, I've mapped it out before, but my brain when I watch The Princess Bride cannot reconcile the scene at the end where Wesley's in the bed and she comes in to kill herself, but then he's there. My brain, because that's the thing in filmmaking, you don't cross the line. You create a line in your set that goes to the middle of your set and you only put the cameras on one side of that line. Because if you flip it, it looks weird. Your sight lines are all crossed. So you can't see.
Hold on. That's the wrong because you know I'm right.
Well, Lordy and Malcolm says you're wrong, Anna. He said something earlier. I think we had a super chat from him earlier, too.
I will pull up the damn pictures and I will show you.
Lordy and Malcolm says, lol, this is how you get me to send super chats. Talk about dinosaurs and I get passionate. Everyone's got their thing.
Somebody named
obviously, yeah,
Ian Malcolm. I wonder if you like Jurassic Park.
Wonder what you like. Okay.
I'm going to watch this scene. I'm going to pull it up on here.
Now
and I'm going to map out the Jurassic fucking Park scene.
Lando's back for more brushes, I guess.
Rex. Attack scene.
Oh, Jeff, what were your, I don't know if you had your headphones and we talked about the science for the dinosaurs.
I definitely did. I just took it out.
They're reverse. So they're, rather than like splicing ancient DNA because it was too decrepit, they're reverse engineering other chickens. They're taking chickens and figuring out how to flip their DNA markers to flip their DNA markers to middle of a sentence, woman, to de-evolve them back to their ancient form. So that's kind of how they're doing it.
I heard your question. I heard Anna talk about taking away T-Rex or Triceratops horns because of poachers.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you that question. What's the ethics behind the life of these dinosaurs? Do you have the same? Could you theoretically do shit to them? Was there going to be an ethicist rights group?
Probably.
How could you? It's not even like regular life. Where do we draw that? I think that's the interesting part about it.
Jeff, feathers with dinosaurs with feathers? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Thank you. Everyone here is no feathered dinosaurs.
And Jeff, are you pro a Jurassic Park or against it? Creating one.
Go for it, because I wouldn't go anyway.
Yeah,
that's what Hannah said.
I'm
not going there. Y'all die. It's fine. Do you remember? Or
watch the news.
Is it the numbers and then the exclamation point, or is it the exclamation point and then the numbers?
It's the numbers.
You guys couldn't come up with something simple.
The Wi-Fi password? It's actually really simple. It's just the last.
I think it's the exclamation point at the very end.
That's what I thought. Let me just do that. If it's wrong, it'll be the other way. It's a really easy one to remember. Obviously, I'm not going to say it out loud. Not that anyone's stealing my internet, but
my password is tulip.
Would it be funny how intense?
100 characters.
How intense of a stalker would you be? I clicked join there. Oh, this is incorrect password. It must be the other way. And were there any? There's no capitalizations, right? Oh no! Oh, I typed it in wrong. A little bit wrong here. Boom. Would it be weird if I told somebody what my network was called and they drove around Sherman Oaks until they found it?
People would do that.
That would. That's why I'm not telling you what my Wi-Fi network's called. All right, that should be right. It's taking a long time though. So
It does take a long time to connect.
sometimes for some of my devices, like it only takes a long time if the password's wrong, but if it's right, it goes right away.
Nah.
Okay. So and know what it is. It must be the other way around. Is it up there, Jeff, anymore? I thought it fell.
I got a picture on my phone of it.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Look through my thing.
Let's try that way.
Does anyone think Anna's dress adds a few pounds? It's not a dress. It's pants.
It's a
pants.
It's a jumpsuit.
And I'm not fat. It's a weird
Who
angle.
said that?
George.
George Turner. No.
I don't think it's.
Did it say it was wrong again?
No, it's taking a long time. I think.
Okay. Macy Van Dusen says the animated Batman Beyond series had a few episodes about the dangers of splicing DNA.
It did. It did.
Interesting.
We'll watch it,
But that crossing the line thing with shooting, I can never reconcile that bedroom in my mind because the perspective looks all wrong. The sight lines look all weird. It doesn't look like they're looking in the right place.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look like she's looking at him.
It looks like they're looking into, and because it crossed the line, it drives me crazy. I've drawn it out and it makes sense.
No, the thing that bothered me is
I'm like, how would she walk in that room without seeing him?
Yeah.
But if you draw it out, it actually makes perfect sense because it's really weird because he's looking off of that side of the bed, but it's just weird. Okay. That's what I was missing the first two numbers. That's what it was. It's a very simple password, as you can see.
Oh my god.
All lowercase, and those are 4 numbers there. So yes, but okay. Let me pull up that other article I wanted to bring up. Okay, here we go. Do.
Hey, it worked when I did it.
It's because you got the right one. You had the right freaking password.
All right, T-Rex.
I always forget that one. Okay. go search. Also, thanks to everyone who's been liking the stream and has been watching and all that stuff. And if you're not sub, also, if you don't already know, this is a double stream. I'm just going to stay on when Anna has to go, and Jeff and I are going to pull out the booze and get fucked up while watching Dark Phoenix. So this is going to be a long one. Strap yourselves in, get comfy, get drinks, get popcorn, get yourself prepped to do Dark Phoenix. We'll give you a little buffer, but I'm not going to be like, all right, Dark Phoenix, go. We'll give you a little buffer.
So I got the beginning. With the leg. Okay, there it is. There's the leg.
So they're
There's
looking.
The kid.
All right. The important parts are those wide shots where you can kind of get some perspective.
Well, no, it's them driving up. That's actually the one I need.
Okay. But you should be able to see where they push the car over, where he pushes the car over.
Yeah,
right?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
T-Rex. Jurassic Park goat scene. I like how I just picked up goat scene. Or park goat scene. I just picked up.
Andre Johnson said, had to run an errand, just joining. What up, Queen Anna and Empress Jessie? What did I miss? Well, fortunately, not too much because we started about an hour late. But we have had an almost hour-long now discussion about dinosaurs.
Yeah, this is the dinosaur episode.
They've been recirculating the
There's
article.
There's a freaking map! There is a map! Ha! I win!
Oh my God.
I win!
But you gotta zoom in on the map and see.
I gotta zoom in. Hey! Okay, so they right there. I can't.
You need a better resolution to be able to see it.
Screenshots. Fucking A, how do I do this on this?
And you can see what it.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the most helpful map, but
it's a map.
It's a map. It proves my point. What does it say on the map? Nothing. It's just a map. It proves that I'm right.
I will prove it.
So presently for Andre and anyone who's just popping in, we're having a dispute whereby some of the chat, including Lord Ian Malcolm, says
I'm gonna draw you guys a picture of this fucking.
This is
okay.
So we have two different camps here. I'm so far undecided. I'm waiting to see Anna's evidence. We have two camps right now, which is basically the Tyrannosaurus Rex scene. Was this an error, and is this an inconsistency in the film where it's clearly he's on level ground and we see the goat on the level ground, and obviously the T-Rex can't climb a wall. So is his pen on level ground, and there's some sort of screw up where all of a sudden now when we kick the Jeep over the edge, now it's this gigantic cliff, or are there two fences? We've got, one cliff where it sort of separates the area with the dinosaurs from some of the rest of the park, or you know, and whatchamacallit, and the Tyrannosaurus paddock and the place the Jeep go are two different places. That's the current debate.
Okay. I'm drawing picture so we can have
drawing. This is Anna's interpretation. Greg Kirby says one fence. So that's what you missed. Audrey Johnson, that's what we're in the midst of. I am pulling up an article for our next topic if we ever get there.
And don't worry, guys.
Mr. Hunter says it's the hottest couple of YouTube, the Reylo of YouTube. Oh God.
Get away from
Queen
us.
of Swords and Hobbit of Endor.
Now.
Mr. Another, I love you.
That's rude.
But if you ever call us the Reylo of YouTube again, I might virtually punch you in the face.
I might find you.
I might hunt you down and take your life. That's a little upsetting.
Virtual.
To me.
Let's see.
Doug 209, one fence, two Jeeps. That's Jurassic Park porn for you right there. Osmosis is Jesse is so excited to have Anna there. I am. It's been, I think the last time you were up here for a stream was with Isaac. No, it had to be after that because we went to Marmalade after.
No, I went and I saw you in Santa Monica, but last time you entered.
But I mean, last time you actually came
with
up
my
here.
Cats. When I got the cats.
Wasn't when you got the cats though, because that was August and we streamed with Isaac after that. We went to Marmalade. Remember you got the French dip, so you were craving French dip, and I'm pretty sure we did a stream that day too.
Did we?
We might have. We might not have. We might have just hung out. Said screw you, internet. But I know because I know you visited the kids. I think it was on your way up or down from somewhere, and I think you might have had Tulip with you, but not the other cats.
It was raining that day.
Yes, I remember that, and Kitty.
Billy Goat.
How easy is here, and says and by the way, Andre Johnson, we are doing, as you probably can tell from the title, as soon as once we wrap up the Matriarchy, we'll be transitioning over into the Dark Phoenix Drunk Watch. So there's that. And How Easy is here. He says he sends $20 for the hunting party. We'll get our elephant rifles so we can defend ourselves from the dinosaurs. Thank you, How Easy. We appreciate it. Oh God, Mr. Another, you're so rude.
Okay.
Jesse and Anna, the Reylo of internet, JK. Can you imagine if like a faction of the fandom like actually took that up and started drawing gross like?
Oh my God, no.
No, don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. Draw cute fan art of me and Jeff. Draw cute fan art of Anna.
Holding Baby Yoda.
Or no, draw a fan art of Anna with Henry Cavill. And it's like, yeah, I'll accept this.
No, fan art of Peaches is really easy. He looks like Keanu Reeves. He's got the John Wick hair and everything.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
Okay, Billy Goat.
He doesn't have the little bit of Asian in him though.
That's true. But Keanu Reeves is Portuguese.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that. But that Asian to me, that like he's half or quarter, I think. That to me is what elevates him.
It's like 1/16.
He's at least a quarter. I'm pretty sure he's at least a quarter. But that's to me what elevates him to super sexy status. That little bit of ethnic ambiguity. Phil Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle says, Mindless Entertainment, your and Anna's names combined is Gianna or Assy. It could be Jenna, which would be even worse, actually. No, we're that entertainment. There you go. That's our combined name. That entertainment. What do you think?
I draw.
I like that entertainment. Oh, you guys are getting some lag hiccups. I know it's probably because I signed Anna into the Wi-Fi. Now she's sucking out the Wi-Fi.
I'm not even using it.
Are you still attached to it?
Yeah.
If you want, just disconnect for now because it'll probably boost up the stream. You can reconnect whenever you need, but if you want to just switch off your Wi-Fi.
Jeff's fault.
It's probably Jeff's fault. Let's see. Jeff's on the internet too. But no, he's not. Jeff's not even on the internet.
It's his fault regardless.
We were saying some people were saying there's a little bit of lag, so we probably because I gave her the Wi-Fi password, it's probably sucking out the internet. So she says it's your fault. I'm like, you're not even
downloading terabytes of information.
Terabytes. Jeff's over there signing comics for y'all. So be happy.
Okay, there's the chart.
What's wrong with Jenna? I had a next door neighbor growing up named Jenna, and she's a bitch. That's what's wrong with Jenna.
Okay, now I go watch. Now I have to have.
Stop looking at porn. Oh,
I know. God damn it. Okay, I watched scene.
Macy Van Dusen says, bye for now, God Empress and Star Wars Battle Angel. I like that one for you. And Go Big Boar says, I got dino stopping firearms. I'm coming to
This
you.
whole stream just became a, like, let's
Dino.
debate the semantics of dinosaurs
and Jurassic Park now. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you you got what you want?
No.
Okay.
You keep
Reference.
talking. I'm gonna.
Okay. Let's bring Jeff over here to be temporary Anna. Mr. Another says, I love you guys. I'll stop trolling you two. Unrelated, I may have to leave. Oh, like leave for today or leave like YouTube forever? Because if you got to bounce for today, we understand you got a life. We'll be here for a while. You can always come back and watch this. I usually leave the Matriarchy streams live. I am going to start an archive channel soon so I can move all my streams over there so you guys can catch them if you didn't catch them in person because algorithm and stuff. Mr. Other, your trolling is always appreciated except for the Reylo stuff. Otherwise, all of your trolling is appreciated, and please don't stop. That's our favorite. That's my favorite thing of it. You're my favorite friendly troll. So, currently.
Hey, look, there's Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Oh, he was there briefly.
When he was younger. I was there in Hawaii. I went to this place where they filmed it.
I did too. Did you see the log from the scene where they're jumping over it? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I went there too.
I got to see the whole set from Kong Skull Island.
Yep.
Which I realized it.
But that whole area, they have the I like how they had the did you see like they had the Godzilla footprints and stuff?
We didn't stop there. We went to where they had
cool.
the raptors. I got to take a picture of the raptors.
Breaking news: Mr. Another to join Jeremy Prime. I don't know. I don't know. People are positive.
See, there's Billy Goat. There's Billy Goat.
He's Billy Goat on level ground. They're looking almost up at it from the car. So clearly, it's I mean, here's the fence. Like you can see the electric fence line. It's right up near the fence line. So clearly, no question. Okay. Here's an interesting take from. Here's what Lord Ian Malcolm says. He says the goat is on a feeding ramp. There's a cliff on the left side of the goat feeding ramp. So that was the other thing I was kind of thinking of geographically. It seems like a weird choice. Like I think animal rights activists would have an issue with throwing a giant cliff.
That in your, at zoos
pen.
though. It's like
they have but they're yeah. So if it's just a very delineated kind of.
It's a nice color they got on that goat though.
Mm-hmm. So he's saying that if you go just to the left of here, that I always thought the goat came, but the goat to me it's not on a ramp coming up from the cliff. It looks like it's coming up from underneath.
No.
It's coming up from underneath, and because the bars come down and all that stuff.
There's a fucking fence. Look in this TV. There's a fence that goes on this side. You can see it right there. You see the back here? That's where they came out. That's like the thingy, and there's a fence like that.
Yes, but that fence also looks like it's in front of the ground going uphill, though.
Yeah,
So
this is going uphill, and then it's got to come this way.
Where's the cliff?
Where's
the falling up?
I like that part.
Malcolm. Right now. And if you just go back, or this or whatnot. Yes. George Turner, it's a big island. There could be goats everywhere. But okay. So I'm going to pull up this next article while
we will talk about dinosaurs forever.
Apparently I can't pull up this article because I have to subscribe to continue reading. I'm sure I can find it somewhere else. Okay, you guys probably heard about this. But I can't read. The LA Times one is the one that Jeff sent me, was reading, but it's not letting me look at that. So, here we go. All right. Do. Perhaps we'll get Anna's attention a little bit here.
No.
It's a fair point, George Turner. They don't really. There are at least 2 islands. We do know that. Yes.
Okay, here we go.
If anyone else wants to posit any logistical queries regarding Jurassic Park while we're here, go for it. We'll dive in for another hour on that topic, apparently. But we have the Academy Award right now. The big changes are coming to the Film Academy as it seeks to make Oscars and movie making more inclusive. So the key points are the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is making big changes to its Oscar eligibility rules in an effort to foster more inclusivity. The organization will require unconscious bias training for top officers and offer panels about fostering diversity in front of and behind the camera. The Academy has placed new term limits on its governor's tenures. Okay, so of these things, of this stuff, term limits, I'm always a fan of term limits for elected positions, no matter what it's for, because I think it just creates, term limits create more integrity. And so I'm always a fan of term limits, no matter what the reasoning is, term limits create integrity. So that is
T-Rex.
cool. Yes, there was a T-Rex. All right. So let me know when you get to him pushing the thing off the cliff, because I'll tune in for that, and we can do that. Save Inclusivity's HBO removing Gone with the Wind. Oh, don't even get me started on Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben now. I think you might have as much to get a video out of me this week, because there was. I would like to discuss I would really like to discuss this business now. We've erased Hattie McDaniel. We're erasing Aunt Jemima, which is based on an actual very empowered Black woman who was a slave and was freed. And she's the first Black millionaire, I believe, the woman that Aunt Jemima was based on.
You can see that's not this fence. That's the other fence.
I don't see a clear fence here.
You see? Those are the wires from that fence on that side. Taking a screenshot.
I'm not convinced that that's the same kind of fence.
It's
but you got to get to the part where he pushes it over, because I think you can see pretty clearly when he pushes the truck over that he's pushing it over his enclosure. He's pushing it over that side. Let me know when you get there, because I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Also, here we go. Right here. So this is another thing. Okay. The kids are in the front car, correct?
The
kids are in the front car, and Ian and Alan are in the back car. Okay. So the fence earlier, when they were looking at it, you see this fence? Mm-hmm. It was on that side of the car. Now it's on this side of the car.
That is true, but that I think is just a perspective thing. I think that's still supposed to be the T-Rex fence, but that is true. That they definitely.
Oh God, no!
She ruined everything forever. Mr. Another says, "I didn't leave. Go figure." Anna, if Henry Cavill was a Reylo fan, would that change your mind on being a Reylo supporter?
It would. No.
Might change your mind on being a Henry Cavill supporter.
Yeah, no, I would make him see the light.
She'd fix him. It's fine. That's how men work, right? You just fix them when you don't like things about them. That's how healthy relationships start.
No. I would explain to him, because he might not understand.
I'm teasing. Drunk's in the chat. What's up, 3PO? There's a dinosaur world next to my home where you walk around a park and see dinosaurs. That sounds like Florida to me. That Django would be canceled because he promoted slave fights. Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. So the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Science is expanding its efforts to make its membership more inclusive and address the lack of diversity in its annual awards.
Here's the thing, though. Look, so this, Jesse, this is the look. This is the T-Rex fence, but earlier when they first came into this pen, it was on the other side.
Yes, that did flip because the cars came in at it from the other direction. I do agree with that.
But the cars hadn't moved all day. That was the thing.
But that's.
Right?
I think this is just a filmmaking an error with the way they did the scenes because obviously they shot these at different times. I think they just fucked up. They had poor shot. I think they just had poor continuity there.
Well, they fucked up and they made my point right.
That does add a lot of credence to your point, because you do see a fence perspective wise on both sides of the Jeep. So that is fair, right? Because they fucked up in that transition. I'll unshare this for a quick sec so you can see us. So we're still talking about dinosaurs. They did make an error. They definitely did scene to scene when they first drive up to the T-Rex enclosure. He is on the left, and look, it's back now though. It's back to being the right.
No, the
T-Rex is on the other side. Yeah. So they do drive up and they're looking out. If they drive up,
so originally when they're driving up, the kids are in the front car and the fence is to their left.
Yes. And in the nighttime shot where the T-Rex was out,
on the right.
It's flipped so the T-Rex paddock is on the right, thus creating the confusion and the double fence theory. There you go. So
Chick, stop looking into the eye of the T-Rex with a freaking light. What? How else do you think? There's
so
children. There's children. Children.
But they're so terrible. You're going to go to a dinosaur park. Learn something about dinosaurs before you go. Mr. Another says, Jesse, if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan, I may have found the best keychain for you. Ooh.
I am a huge Tarantino fan. Hey, you want to see something?
This
is my wallet. If anyone's wondering.
I'm a big fan of a lot of his iconic works and moments. I do hate Kill Bill, so it's Kill Bill related. Don't send me that. But I am very
both parts.
What?
Both
I hate
parts?
1 and 2, and I hate them together. I watched them pretty close together, like 1 and then 2. as sort of a one-part thing. I just didn't care for either part. I didn't care for them as a whole
I like
picture.
part 2 better than part 1.
I did like 2 better than 1.
I
like the pacing of 2 better than 1. It's just it's just we've gotten past the premise. We're into more of the action. But I had a lot of issues with it. So Tarantino is definitely, he's a hit or miss for me. I hated The Hateful Eight.
Did you watch if you hated it, you probably didn't watch it, the special on Netflix?
I heard that was really good,
hours.
though. I did hear that was really good, so I'm actually kind of curious about that. Because I do, that's one thing with Tarantino, his finished products are hit or miss for me. Did not like the Kill Bills, did not like Hateful Eight, enjoyed Django, but had some serious criticisms. I even have a couple issues with Pulp Fiction, though I really love that.
You can see the set lights.
It's terrible. One of my favorite things, by the way, probably actually some of those trees and stuff right there. That actually looks exactly like that tree. Those trees that they had them that were probably just pulled, from a set locker somewhere that they stuck on the ride, all have tags on it that say bad tree. So clearly it was like these were no longer up to snuff for filming, and they just stuck it on the ride, but they just left the little tag on it, which I think is hysterical.
No.
But yeah, Pulp Fiction is great. I love Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. My top 3 favorite Tarantino films are Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Not necessarily in that order.
What about Inglourious Basterds?
Number 1 and 2 for me. Actually, I might like Inglourious Basterds better than Pulp Fiction, weirdly enough. Because Pulp Fiction's great, but it's one of those things that even by the time I watched it, it has so much. It's its own thing. It's its own cultural phenomenon in a way that I really love it. I really enjoy it. I really appreciate it as a film. But I don't have a personal relationship with it in the same way.
I think I like scenes in it, but there's whole things in it of the arcs that I just don't care.
Yeah, there's certain ones I care more. There's definitely characters I care more about than others.
Samuel L. Jackson, every scene he's in, that's when I want to watch.
I'm more invested in Tim Roth and them robbing the diner than I am in Bruce Willis's arc. I'm not really.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about Bruce Willis.
That whole fucking scene with his, I want to have a pot belly. I hate that scene. I'm like, shut up, nobody cares. And the whole him picking up the thing that to me that was just bullshit, which was just clearly it was one of the things for me that was Tarantino's self-indulgent moment was him passing up every other option in order to take a samurai sword, which is no, unless he has some secret, past training with a katana that we don't know about, this is going to be the least efficient tool for him to use. Anybody who knows anything about katanas, and I don't even like Eastern martial arts that much, and I don't even like Eastern swords nearly as much as I like Western swords, but even I know that a katana is a virtually useless sword unless you understand how to wield it correctly, because it's weighted very specifically. There's a beautifully designed piece of equipment that is designed very specifically it's a skilled warrior's weapon. That's the whole idea. All right, it was a Hanzo sword. Okay, it wasn't a katana. Whatever it was Japanese.
I just got the feeling that he used it because it was calling to him.
But that's to me though, that was just a dumb Tarantino moment. It was calling to him because Tarantino's really into Japanese movies, and that style of film. And is inspired by that, So that to me it wasn't justified. He's a boxer. He's gonna take the baseball bat. I would take the fucking chainsaw. But that's me. But you're going to take the bat, you're going to take the hammer you're going to take a bludgeoning weapon because that's literally what you do. You bludgeon with your fists. And fucking, anyway, that bothered me. Oh
no, run, the T-Rex is coming, run. Oh my God.
She's still watching that scene.
Bathroom.
But yeah, Inglourious Basterds actually is up there as one that I really. That's one more that's aged really well for me. That I like more. The more
I like how the only thing that's there. Why is there only one toilet? Why would you sit there? Why?
I love how it all perfectly just collapses away. It's such a beautiful design. So apparently it was this whole bit. Maybe it was this kill or something in here. There was an original cut that they released for the test screenings. It's very difficult to even find news about this. But there was an original cut they had done for some test screenings. There was a woman who died of a heart attack in an early screening of these in a pre-official release, I believe, and they recut it to make this less scary. Yeah. But no one talks it. It's very deep.
She died of a heart attack?
Yes, this is this could I have
From
actually
a fake T-Rex?
I have actually dug through and found she probably had a pre-existing condition,
Yeah.
So it wasn't just I was scared to death, but something triggered a heart attack and she died. So Dr. Ian Malcolm can, if he's in the chat, if he knows any more about that or has any of this stuff, because it was something I'd always heard, and then it was something that I dug around a lot and found a little bit of evidence of it, like one old newspaper article, but I couldn't find anything.
God, I haven't watched this movie in forever.
I couldn't find anything.
Two fences.
About that. But yes. So David Hervey says, "Hail to the first ladies of the Fandom Menace." Thank you, David. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Anna appreciates you too. She's just really invested in the scene right now.
Trying to prove a point.
Maybe you'll take a minute for your
thank you.
Your the Leviathan, because he says, this is actually, I'll speak to this one, dude. Bushido, the first draw counts. If you haven't killed your enemy after the first draw, you're probably screwed. That's really cool. Bushido, there's something else with a different name that's even more pared down, where literally the entire martial art is drawing the weapon with a killing stroke. Which I think, I'm just assuming Bushido's probably based around. One of those is, they all relate to each other. I don't know if Bushido expounded upon this one. I can't remember what it's called now. Someone I'm sure knows. Whether Bushido expounded upon this concept or this concept pared down Bushido, but it's literally the entire martial art is just from you sit in whatever position you draw. Your draw is supposed to be a killing move, and then you resheath, and that's the entire martial art. And the art for me, I'm like that. As much as martial arts, and I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I'm so into. Like,
it didn't show me the whole damn scene.
She watched it all there and didn't get to what she wanted.
Why your lips swole?
S. Jake Davidson says, Anna, why your lips all swole? Your lips always look like this.
Well,
She do anything a little different?
No, I do the same exact thing every single time.
I don't know.
I use lip gloss, and then when you do the watch. It picks up light,
all shiny, and makes your lips look bigger. These are things that women learn how to do.
Anyways, I think I proved my point. There's two fences.
There's definitely some clear-ish perspective issues too.
There's two fences.
There it is. La jutsu. Somebody said yes. I've heard that.
Wait, is drunk 3PO still in the chat?
He might be, but in many African countries, the word for machete is still katana. Interesting. But yeah, it's something. Lao jutsu. That sounds about right. It was Lao something. But it's really cool. It's just that it's that basic. But that's the whole thing is like the training. That's why there are videos of like the guys who can take a katana and slice a tree multiple times before it falls and stuff like that. It's really yajutsu. Yes, that's what it is. It's something weird that I couldn't pronounce. Like yajutsu or however you pronounce it. Okay, thank you guys. It's a quick draw technique. Lido, that's the one I've heard, or Iaido. I think it's Iaido. Yeah, I've heard it as Iaido before. That's what it is. Unless it's Lido. It might be, I don't know if it's Lido or Iaido, whatever it is. It's that thing, but it's the art of the draw. It's like this one is the one I've heard of. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know if that's an L or an I. Iaido. But it's the art of the draw. I don't know if you were hearing when I was saying this.
I was listening.
It's an entire martial art that's just draw, kill. You kill them with your drawing stroke, and then you resheath, and that's the whole martial art. You learn. Obviously, there are multiple different ways to do it, but it's about the perfection of motion, and it's really interesting. But to me, that's
five-fingered heart exploding thing.
Five fingers, exploding heart technique.
Yes.
See, I've only seen the movie once. I still remember that. Mr. Another says Anna's lips are swollen due to hot Cheetos.
I haven't had any in a few weeks.
My friend swears by the baked hot Cheetos.
I like the extra hot Cheetos.
Okay, there you go. So it could be either, because jutsu means art and do means way. So
I get sleepy.
So iai-jutsu would be the art of the draw, and then iai-do, I guess, would be the way of the draw.
5-point palm. Thank you.
So 5-point palm.
I wonder if that's real.
Technique. It's not.
Why not? You don't know.
Someone says the 5-finger point actually does exist. There you go.
Hey.
5-finger death punch. That's what I always think of Matt Martineau. 5-finger death punch. Yes, that is a metal band. And I actually like that band. They're cool. Oh, Gobi Boris has studied judo, which is derived from Japanese jiu-jitsu. Yes. Principal judo is maximum effect, minimum effort, which is judo, and that's it's the Aikido uses it's like a more peaceful version. That's what's so cool about the Eastern martial arts. They're all really interconnected. Anyway,
what I think it is? I think the scene with the T-Rex, which I'm bringing it back to. I think what happened was they had budget constraints. Oh my God, Han looks so creepy right now.
He's just staring into the abyss. He's contemplating his existence. He
looks like he's sleeping with his eyes open.
His brain just shuts down. It has very minimal processing power. All it can do is pretty much keep him alive long enough to get to the next meal. And now it's shut down.
Is Master Chief a robot or a real person?
He is a real person. He's a cybernetically enhanced soldier.
But when he takes his mask,
he's a person. He's a
human.
Dude. Think of him like he's like Captain America, but with more like cybernetic parts.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not like physically, but it's like he's got like when he inserts Cortana, that's like it inserts into his brain interfaces with the computers and stuff like that. Sort of how he's just like he's designed to as a physical specimen like Captain America to be the super soldier, but he's also designed that his biologically he interfaces like with his suit and with the computer systems and all that stuff really, really well.
Are all of the characters like that in the game?
No. So the premise of the original Halo game, when he comes out of cryo, and this is actually learned, it's a really rich world. So comes out of cryo freezing at the very beginning of the game. He went into cryo freeze right after the fall of Reach. So the whole universe, the way it's set up is the Covenant or it's a group of aliens that are hostile to Earth. And so it's been this huge thing to keep them away from Earth, keep them from finding Earth. So they've set up planets like Reach, which was the last defense for Earth. They don't know where Earth is. They don't know the location of Earth.
Oh, so how do they find humans?
Well, because they're on different planets. The humans are all into space and they're on different planets and whatnot. So Reach was this outpost to defend. That's the fall of Reach was a game they made later on. Was this outpost to defend Earth, and it fell right before the events of this game. And the Pillar of Autumn is the only ship that escaped this, float in hyperspace and whatnot. They took the Spartan soldier and froze him until they needed him, but he's the last surviving Spartan soldier. So the Spartan soldier program was this long-standing thing. Pancake, stop knocking things down. It was a long-standing program to create these soldiers, but they all sent them to Reach, and they all died except for him. And the Pillar of Autumn escapes as being chased by Covenant at the beginning of the film.
And Covenant are the aliens. Yeah,
they're the aliens. That's why they have, they're not one species. It's a bunch of different species that form this group, which is a really great way to justify having like the grunts who are the easy guys to kill, and then the elites who are more like on par with you. But then you have the hunters in the original gameplay. You have jackals, which are the in between grunts and elites. So they're more annoying, but they're not because they have shields and stuff. But they're not as hard to kill as the elites. The elites are like on your level and they're your size and all that stuff. And the hunters are these big giant beast guys with really good armor, So they basically they create 4 different types of creatures in the original game, and they add new races in some of the other ones. It's a really cool, rich world with a great mythology to it. I even read the books, the trilogy, which is his Inception, Reach. And then I think the last book is basically the events of. They do actually the second game they come to Earth, and it's fun. It's fun, but yeah, by the second game they get to Earth. So they're phenomenal. That's one of the ones like if you don't love first person shooters,
I hate first person shooters.
If you sat down
and watch someone
play it, that's how I first experienced it. For my brother, let me play with him. It's fantastic. It's really fantastic. It's just it's great.
I didn't know anything about Halo, and she had a figure, and that's what it made me ask about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is that they ripped off Ringworld.
This is I've heard this. I'm not super familiar with Ringworld, but this is what I've heard.
Yeah, I just know they ripped off Ringworld. That's the only thing I know.
But I don't know how much they were, because again, I don't know too much about Ringworld. I know they ripped off the design and the idea of the Halo, which is a ring that's a world.
Yes.
But I think that's really where the similarities stop, from what I understand. Someone in the chat can let me know.
I would have to play the game to see like if they have any of the aliens that are similar from Ringworld.
Yeah, I'd have to look into Ringworld more, and I could let you know if I do. Let's see. I did read that one. Yes. And what would we have here? Mr. Another says, I hear Master Chief is so selfish. You hear wrong. Master Chief is a very unselfish
Why
dude.
Is he called Master Chief?
It's his designation. Petty Officer, Master Chief, Petty Officer, something. It's his military designation.
YouTube it.
YouTube. But yes, there you go. So
Interesting.
where were we? Okay, so let's bring back to here. Hi, should be on cake.
Hey, baby.
My little boy. You love Miss your auntie Anna.
Hi, baby boy.
Yes, you love your auntie Anna, don't you? Love your auntie Anna.
Yeah, you better.
He does. He loves sniffing, like eyes, lips, noses, mouths. He loves it all. I wonder if he likes sniffing makeup too. He's like curious about like, why does your face got this weird stuff on it? I don't know. Not sure. Really not sure.
I feel like he just smells my cats.
That too. Yes, Spartan 117. So his name is John 117 or Spartan 117. Designations is so precious. I'm getting rid of this again so you guys can watch. Oh, you just missed it. He was. I mean, you probably saw it in the little part. He was sniffing at his hair and it was precious. So yeah, that's Chippy and Cake, aka Malcolm. Okay, so on Friday, the organization announced the next phase of its equity and inclusion initiative, which began in 2016 after it was apparent, blah, blah, blah. Among the goals it is set for 2020 was doubling the number of women and people of color within its membership. Okay. The Academy said it has met the goal of doubling its membership, blah, 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 and of people of color and expects to finish doubling its membership of women by the end of the year. Okay, and that's the kind of thing where like the Academy has for a long time been this good old boys club. So looking into like expanding membership and making other people feel welcome, I'm okay with that so far. The organization will also implement a quarterly viewing process through its Academy Screening Room, a streaming site for Academy members. This will allow members to view films that were released throughout the year and broaden the exposure for each film, leveling the playing field and making sure all eligible films can be viewed by voting members. Also a good thing. So far, so good.
Don't these people have how is it just the people that vote on it, the Academy members? Do they just have to sit through and watch every single movie?
Basically. So with the way it works though is typically.
How do you get that job?
Well, it's not a paid position or anything like that.
I don't care.
If you're in the Academy, my friend voted this year. She was a voting member for the Academy. If you're a member of the Academy, so I got to look into eligibility because I should be eligible at some point to vote too. It's like every X number of years you're eligible to apply to be on the voting committee, as long as you're an active Academy, active member of something.
Can I? I'm an active member of YouTube. Can I be on it? Can I vote?
Whatchamacallit, or it might be if I might have I don't have to see. I don't know the member. It's because sometimes certain organizations and certain things and whatnot. But this might be I just find out anyway. But basically, if you become a member and you maintain your membership for X number, I don't know if there's a minimum number of years you have to be a member for. And you might have to meet certain eligibility requirements to become a member first. And then if you maintain your membership for a long enough time, you become eligible to vote. But yeah, my Film Actors Guild. It might be something like if you're part of SAG, you end up becoming eligible. Like if you certain things like that. So if you're a member of the Academy and you're a member of another guild within it, I have to look up what the actual requirements are. But it's like every X number of years you are eligible to become a voting member or something like that. Or no, I might be thinking about something different. I might be thinking about not the nominating committee for SAG Awards because I have a friend who did that stuff. I'm not exactly sure about the eligibility for voting members of the Academy, but it might be similar. But basically, the way it kind of is you have like industry screenings for a lot of these films. I assume they send you screeners the way they do with SAG movies, but it's sort of with SAG award season happens. So anybody who's part of the guild is like for SAG, for example, they just send you all your screeners and they give you access to online viewing and they give you live screenings you can physically go to.
Wait. Does it say something about $500 to join?
The Writers Guild, someone said that. SAG is way more.
Wait. So
there are other eligibility requirements too, though. Like, because like SAG, you have to be eligible and then you have to pay the entry. And most guilds, it's like you have to have. It's usually demonstrating your quality of work on a professional thing.
Academy of Art Guild.
So Academy of
Art.
So the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is what you're looking for.
Motion Pictures Arts.
Yes.
Why is it Pictures Museum?
Find this out. But basically, the idea behind this is that if you set up quarterly viewing, basically, rather than everyone just getting all of these movies all together lumped on you at one time at the end of the year, they'll have opportunities throughout the year to watch eligible films, which will also affect the nominating committee too, because basically if you're part of the nominating body, you will have better access to see more potentially eligible films throughout the year and nominate a greater or a wider variety, rather than just people, okay, this one's getting the Oscar buzz, I guess I'll go see this. And these are the 8 films that the rest of the Academy's talking about, so I'll nominate these ones. People will have more exposure to, smaller budget films, different kinds of productions, things that might not make the Academy's radar. So I like that. To me, yes, that is good. But again, we're getting ready to jump off the... Now the Academy is taking aim at its awards ceremony's eligibility guidelines. Currently, the Best Picture category allows for between 5 and 10 nominees. The final number each year is dependent on a tiered voting system. However, starting next year, 10 movies will be nominated each year. I don't like that because sometimes there just aren't 10 good movies to get nominated. But this is where we're starting to go off the rails for me, because it's like, okay, so we nominated 6 films. Mm-hmm. Now we have to nominate.
I need to leave in 15 minutes.
Oh shit! Okay.
I know. So hi, baby boy.
The problem with that for me is like,
can I hold you? Can I hold you?
You can grab him. You're not gonna do anything.
You're not deaf like my kitties. Oh, fat boy. No. Okay. Ow.
He'll run away.
Fat boy.
You okay?
Yeah. Nothing's as bad as Ziggy's.
I'm sorry. The brush.
But I want to love you. Let me love you.
I still have the brush here.
Where's the other one? Where's the little one?
Should be a cake. I don't know.
Throw that away.
He went somewhere. Where'd you go?
Go through that doorway.
Where'd you go? Not sure. Not quite sure. Oh, that's Lando again. Okay.
Butthead.
So, Mr. Another says, isn't Anna part of the Lollipop Guild?
I know. Which means I should vote on movies.
Real talk. Swinging Cot says, no, there are no Xin or puppeteers in Halo. The Ring is really the only similarity to Larry Niven's universe. That's what he says.
I know, but when you read when they return to Ringworld, also when they're on Ringworld, there are a bunch of different alien species that are on it.
Well, because is Ringworld's actually like a biological occurrence in this story, or is it
no.
The
puppeteers, the Pearson puppeteers, want to find out what or who were the original builders of the Ringworld.
Gotcha.
The whole theory, it's like, you can have a Death Star, which is like an entire planet, or what you can do is you make a ring around a star, and so it's like it would be the perimeter, kind of like.
So this is,
and so all around it, there's trees and life. There's all, as you go around it, because it's so far. It's the perimeter around a freaking star.
So that's so the Halo ring. It's what the Halo refers to. The Halo ring is smaller than that. It's big enough that it has like multiple environments. It's interesting the way it's designed too. It's like this. So it's the Halo ring, and the inside of the curve is
that's where people live.
Nature, yes. And all that. The outside is more like spaceshipy, because it's really sort of a spaceship, kind of a giant. But part of the premise of Halo is discovering what the ring does. But what it does, I think, is very different. I think it's a very different sort of. It diverges very much. I would assume.
Well, the whole thing that you were talking about, how they don't want the aliens to find their planet. That's the same thing with the Pearson's puppeteer. But humans hadn't even seen it except for the main character, because the one comes to him and says, "You need to come with us to go find this ring world." So the Pearson's puppeteers, where you learn later that they have. So a Pearson's puppeteer is a 2-headed, 3-legged, intelligent creature, and instead of having hands, it has like fingers for lips.
Weird.
And so the heads talk simultaneously, and each head is one eyeball, and so one head will be talking, the other one will be using its fingers to pick up stuff, but their defense mechanism is the back leg kicks. So cool. it's like
a weird creature.
I did actually 3D model.
But yes, that's definitely nothing like the Halo stuff.
Well, the whole like hiding a planet, that's what the Pearson's puppeteers do.
Okay, but it's a little different because it's like, and the first game is not at all really about Earth or finding or not finding or anything. It's they come to this ring kind of by accident. The ship crash lands there, and they're trying to figure out how to get off of it, and then they're also trying to figure out what it is. And they think it's a weapon at first, and it kind of is, but spoilers. It's the first Halo game. They find out that it's not like a weapon they can use, but the idea is it's this. They want it. There are Forerunners, which are the Covenant's like. Founders and whatnot, but they've achieved this sort of mythical prophet status, and they have prophets now in their there's a whole other race that are the prophets that are supposedly descended from the Forerunners and whatnot. And the whole, it's this religious thing where basically if they activate Halo, it destroys the universe. And it's a contingency plan because it's a contingency
the whole
plan.
Universe?
Life in the universe, or in the galaxy or wherever. It's a contingency plan against the Flood, which is another another enemy they introduced during the gameplay. So it's really cool. That goes full. For me, Halo takes a very horror-esque turn once the Flood gets introduced. All right. So for me, this whole it's got to be 10 movies thing is just ways. It's basically you're going to get your token diversity movies now in your Academy Awards. So Jeff, we're reading a little more about the Academy Award stuff. And
then if you don't vote for it, then you're racist.
Of course. So one of the things they're changing is that when they expanded the Best Picture category, they made it 5 to 10 movies can be nominated. Now they're saying 10 have to be nominated. So basically they're creating that extra room. All they're doing is basically saying, we're going to do everything the same way we did and then add 3 or 4 token minority films.
Yeah.
To be
and
diverse.
then if those ones don't win, the racist.
And then we're going to scream about racism.
I guess with the Oscars, though, what the fuck are they trying to do? Because we've had black actors win Best Actor, and black-led films, black-directed films have won Best Picture. I don't.
Of course,
what they're trying to achieve.
Exactly?
Past
this is
milestone.
This is dumb. I understand the whole thing. Everything else they're doing with it, like trying to get more films in front of voters and get more films in front of people, get more stuff out there so people have a wider array to do. That to me is like, stop there. You're naturally going to pick out more diverse films, not just diverse color palette wise, but backgrounds and stuff like that.
Oh,
stop
hey,
there. Exactly. They just want attention.
It's me and Dr. Ian Malcolm in real life.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm also wearing stiletto heels, just FYI.
I'm not surprised because isn't he huge?
He's so tall.
Oh my god.
He's taller than Jeff.
Like just such a nice dude, though. He is. He's like 6.
He's taller than
something,
Jeff. He's ginormous.
7 or 8 or something. But yeah, I remember when they gave out Oscars for talent. Kirby, they have not given out Oscars for talent in many, many, many years. This has become a marketing ploy.
Oh right. My goodness. Look at Tulip when she was little.
Oh,
she's so little.
She's little. All right. So the last thing I want to bring up real quick, I don't have an article about this. We can just talk about it. Is one is Anna wearing a pillow? Yes, old school Jeremy. Yes, she is.
I like to hold pillows when I sit on the couch. It's a habit.
So the last thing clearly she likes to hold things because it's either the cats or the pillows or something. There's always something snuggled up. Did you hear they're making this movie called Spencer, and it's an independent film that's got to be getting a lot of for the film festival circuit already, and it centers around Prince Di and something else. I didn't get too into the plot, but Kristen Stewart is going to play Princess Diana in this movie that's already getting that pre-hopeful Oscar buzz kind of level of talk.
Oh my god, why is that woman still working?
So you know what? The last big movie of that caliber style, like independent kind of thing, is called Seabird, where she portrays Joan Seabird, who's an actress I didn't know anything about and whatnot. So clearly,
oh my god, I forgot about that.
What are you even looking at?
I'm trying to find my whatchamacallit. When I did a Pearson's Puppeteer, I did a 3D model of it,
cool.
And I can't find it.
So chat, can Kristen Stewart pull off Princess Di?
No.
1 if you think yes, 2 if you think no. Now I'll just take a brief minute. I know you got to go in a sec, but is there anything you want to cover before you have to go? Because I can start about that if you didn't.
I think. No, I mean, we talked about dinosaurs for like an hour. We proved that I proved that I was right with evidence from watching the damn thing. Why is everyone saying 2?
Oh, because I said 1 in the chat if you think she can play Princess Diana, 2 if you think
she can.
No.
Well, okay. Here's one thing I will say. This is what pissed me off. When all these people, it's like, okay, if you are going to preach this shit, all right. If that's the way you want to live your life, that's the way you want to make your movie, okay, fine. But then you got to practice what you fucking preach. Oh, we want diversity, we want inclusion. Okay, but then let's do a remake of Beauty and the Beast and let's use all English actors in a movie about French people.
Be historical.
Let's go. Okay, I know that Emma Watson, technically on Wikipedia, it says she was born in Paris. bitch is fucking English.
She
So don't
is.
tell me that shit. I don't care if she was born in Paris. She was in Harry Potter. The requirement to be in Harry Potter was you had to be English. You had to be from the UK or Ireland.
Yes.
Guess what? They didn't practice what they preached there. This shit, Princess Diana, I'm sure that there's many English actresses that would be fantastic at playing her. They could even get the girl that played the Queen Elizabeth in The Crown. The one, she was the younger one because they just they get her, Emily Blunt.
Me, apparently I look like Princess Di. People tell me that. I'm not
Well,
British,
the way that they do makeup and stuff, but I'm just like, you can't find someone from England to play Princess Di.
True. I'm trying to see
that would be my thing. I'm just like, especially if you're going to go after Kristen Stewart. I don't think Kristen Stewart is old enough. Is she? She's definitely not talented enough. That's my big thing.
How, does it change your mind to know that since she's been off the radar in the U.S., she's been incredibly active in the international independent film scene, has even won like the highest. She was the first American to ever win this thing called a César Award, which is it's like France's equivalent of the Academy Awards. She's the first American to ever win one of those. She's been a darling in France in like independent films and stuff for a while. So,
well, I wonder why she can't get work in America because nobody likes her.
Well, she did burn those bridges in Hollywood, but I mean, I can give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's had a decade out of the public eye where she's been doing work consistently. She's been consistently doing work and these more actory things. So a lot of people gave Robert Pattinson a second chance. After his performance in Twilight, which was terrible. I thought he was perfectly great as Cedric Diggory. I thought he was dog shit in Twilight.
He was great as Cedric Diggory.
But he did a horrible job in Twilight, but he stayed in the American
Are you going to let me hold you? Are you going to let me hold you, you little shit?
If the trick with Lando is you have to grab him and clamp him down in the right way, right away, so that he doesn't have any wiggle room, and then he'll submit. My friend Kelly's better at doing it than I am. So I'm with you on this. It just seems like someone as iconic as Princess Di. It feels vaguely disrespectful to not cast a British person.
It does.
That was my knee-jerk reaction. That said, if you're gonna pick somebody outside of it, I'm sort of curious. I'm actually sort of morbidly curious for this. I'm like,
she's probably too old to play it now. I don't know if you ever watched the Crocodile Dundee movies, but the girl that played the wife in that movie, or all three of them, she would be fantastic as Princess Di. She even kind of looked like similar to her.
There's a lot of great English actresses.
Well, she wasn't English; she's American. Like if you're gonna go for an American, like that's immediately the woman that I would picture playing her.
She's 30. Kristen Stewart's 30, and Princess Di died when she was 36. I don't know where in her
they can do aging up and stuff.
So yeah, I'm not too worried about the age.
I think maybe I should have said maturity.
But it's interesting though, because like something like that, like that picture, this just looking at her, I'm like, visually, I see it. The Princess Di, parallel.
She's not classy enough.
But here's one of the things though, is something like, let's look at her journey versus like Robert Pattinson's. She bounced. She went off to full independent scene, out of the American filmmaking eye and whatnot. And Robert Pattinson stuck around and did American films and sort of reclaimed his image in the public eye after Twilight. So it's kind of interesting because I think, actually, and I only know this because I have a friend who's very interested in Kristen Stewart and has shown me a lot of what she's been doing in this past time. So I think it's really interesting, though, because the way our perceptions are, a lot of people, now he fucked it all up with his comments about exercise, a lot of people were really willing to give Robert Pattinson the benefit of the doubt based on the body of work that they'd had experiences with and what they've seen of him in the years since Twilight. Since no one's really seen or heard from Kristen Stewart since Twilight, it's kind of like we're not giving her the same benefit of the doubt because we haven't been, whatever growth may or may not have happened in the past decade, we haven't been privy to. So,
oh my God, they're saying Daisy Ridley. Fuck no, I'd rather have to play Princess Di. I'd rather have Kristen Stewart than Daisy Ridley.
I'd rather have Kristen Stewart than Daisy. That's the whole thing. When you look at it, like Kristen Stewart, I think is a better is more interesting than to watch than Daisy Ridley or Brie Larson. I think she does have more nuance to her as a person and as an actress. Having now watched many of her interviews,
I think she was terrible as Bella. But
she was God.
Oh God, no. So You're naming like the three
They're doing it on
actresses
purpose.
that I think are just terrible, but
I think everyone's
they're
trying to pick
naming
people
them,
worse.
but they're naming them, and I'm like, I would still take Kristen. I would take Kristen Stewart over
well, that's the thing.
Daisy
Is, I think
Ridley, Sophie Turner. They're terrible.
Brie Larson. Yeah, I mean, I can think of I can think of a
But
million.
at least Brie Larson is memeable.
That's true. I think Kristen Stewart's pretty memeable too.
No, but that would show
Karen
if Brie
Gillan.
Larson could act, if she could play a nice, humble human. That's Diana.
So that would be interesting. So I think this for me
That would show because then right now she's pissed all of us off with the whole sorry white dudes, this movie wasn't made for you, even though it's about a little girl trying to find her white father.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Got to see her do something with humility. I don't think she has because Princess
Well, see,
Di.
that's the thing. So if she did this movie, if she played Princess Di, Brie Larson, and she butchered it because she's such a terrible person and a terrible actress, the entire world would cancel herself. Maybe that's the perfect thing. Have Brie Larson play Princess Di and show what a...
Amelia Clarke is way too young and she does not have the right look for it. And I don't think she has the range.
Why am I blanking who Amelia Clarke is?
Fucking Khaleesi.
What are you talking about? She's 30-something.
She looks too young, though. I think she looks too young. And she also doesn't have the right face. So she has the big wide eyes and stuff. She doesn't have the right face for it.
No, they do a lot in
I mean,
movies.
you can do a lot, but there's something...
No, but I'm saying, like, as far as the way that she looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw a picture of her and I was like, where did all those wrinkles come from?
I don't see her as Princess Di. I don't think she has the range for Princess Di either. I don't think
she's so beautiful.
Amelia Clarke is gorgeous. No question. I don't think she has the range...
What time is it?
Acting range for Princess Di. And I don't think you had a bounce.
Okay.
You want to grab these last couple of super chats?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Another says Reylo is better romance than Twilight.
No,
I don't know if that's true. I think Twilight is a better
no.
romance than Reylo because at least
he never murdered anyone.
He never murdered anyone.
He even tried to leave so that way.
And even if it's unhealthy at points, it's consensual.
Yes,
it's consensual start to finish.
And they both
care about each other.
Yeah.
Like they both earnestly care about. That's the whole. And it gets the toxicity comes from that whole I care about you more than my life. That's where it becomes this weird, gross, abusive
you're
thing.
gonna potentially have to die and become a vampire.
Oh yeah,
that kind of stuff.
That's where it becomes iffy. But it's consensual and it's between two people, good people.
Losing your mind over somebody who you probably don't even know what their favorite color is, and like you're willing to go on these adrenaline rushes to kill yourself because that will make you see him.
It's a little cray, but it's still more consensual than Reylo, which is important. Dr. Coffin says, have either of you seen Excalibur? It's got Captain Picard and Qui-Gon. I have not seen it. I think I have a copy of it somewhere, though. I was like, doesn't it have Sean Connery in it? I mean, I'm not just counting that it doesn't also have those guys.
No, it's Sean Connery and Richard Gere.
I mean, that might be another version of it, though. I don't know. Excalibur. Let's see. Excalibur.
Another one, the movie that we watched, and it was a grown-up one. And there was a lot of sexy time in it, and I was watching it with my mom and when I was a kid.
Okay.
That was not the King Arthur movie I remembered, but I was like, what the hell, Mom? Why is there all this sexy time?
So this one, there is, it's the Excalibur film. Is Liam Neeson as Gawain, Patrick Stewart as Leo DeGrance, and Lancelot.
I think this is it. I think this is the one that has all of the... Yeah, because she's not... Yeah. This is the one that has like a shit ton of sexy time in it. It's weird. It's creepy. I remember watching that with... Well, maybe it's not creepy now, but I haven't watched it since I was a child because I watched it with my mother and it was traumatizing. I'm like, Mom, what's going on?
There was one of these with Sean Connery in it, though. He definitely did a...
I think it's called First Night.
Hey,
I was right. It's First Night. That's the one with Richard Gere and Sean Connery.
Yep.
Where like Richard Gere's Lancelot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also did another weird one. Sean Connery's done some really weird one. Yeah, First Night. There you go.
Yeah.
But yes. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh God.
LOL, sorry, Anna. You don't understand how traumatizing that was because I was a kid, and I'm like, Mom, I don't get it. Why does he like she was just dancing? Why does he like the wife? And I was like, doesn't he know she's married? I didn't understand. And then I'm like, Mom, why does he want to look like her husband? Mom, what are they doing?
I want to see this movie. I want to see medieval porn.
Oh my God, I'm not even kidding. It's literally porn. And I watch it with my mom.
That was something that was just always really weird. Like when you got to that age, for me, it was always the weirdest thing.
Well, my
like,
sisters were there too, but
like
I think I was
sex
older.
scene comes on, and I'm like, my dad's sitting over there. Especially for me, it got really weird once I became once I became sexually active.
Once you knew.
And then it's like you're sitting there and you're like, I hope my dad isn't thinking about it's like hope my dad isn't wondering about what I'm doing with boys and this and that. It's just like that awkward thing of like,
you guys want to hear a worse story than that though? My sister wanted to see Magic Mike because my dad would take us to the movies every other weekend. And my dad didn't know what it was. He thought it was about magic.
Oh, poor dad.
And my sister made me sit next to him.
Oh, poor dad.
And we watched, and I've never seen Magic Mike again. I was like, my dad was so angry when we left the theater. Like,
oh, God.
Oh, my.
That was one of those movies that suffered from bad marketing because everyone promoted it like it was
like a party chick flick movie. And it was all this dramatic.
It was really good. It was this great, entrepreneurial adventure movie, kind of thing. I didn't see it until after I had heard all of that, so I think I liked it better. But yeah. Awesome.
I have to go, everyone.
We gotta say goodbye to Anna. She's gotta get back.
I have to drive all the way back home because me and Drunk do our watch Star Trek. So tonight we're watching the Corbinite maneuver.
So you guys will have almost enough time to suffer through all of Dark Phoenix with me and Jeff. And then pop over to Anna's stream.
It's Jay's stream. So
it's on Drunk
3PO's
channel with Anna and Jay doing the original series.
Mm-hmm.
So bye-bye to Anna. I'm going to just leave the screen. Just be up here for a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. You'll hear us in the background and stuff. Actually, you want me to mute us for a second so we can say goodbye?
Oh, yeah.
The world.
You can
mute. We're going to... What should I put up here in the meantime? I'm going to put up an interim rant. How about this? In the meantime, you guys can enjoy my review of Rise of Skywalker. How about that?
God.
How about that? I'm just gonna throw that up there. Rise of Skywalker. That should
you
do
type
it.
so fast on this.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Oh my God, I love your picture. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh God, I love my hair right now. I gotta go back and find out what my hair. Oh, I gotta take pictures of this. I do look insane. Picture. Every time you pause on my face, it's a fun game you can play. Every time you pause on my face, I look ridiculous. Why did I just do? Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna play this for you guys. You can enjoy it, and let's see until I say goodbye to Anna properly. And
I just need to get my water bottle out of your fridge.
Yeah. Okay. Rise of Skywalker here. Share audio. Boop. And
don't you have to go mute? Yes.
I will in a second. Let me just get this going. I should really turn on the sound for that.
PVP, polyethylene glycol, hooves, animal skin, sheep's wool, parabens, artificial colorants, talc.
Welcome. But here you go. Let me get this all set up so that you guys should be able to hear it just fine and see it, and we shouldn't. All right. So bye for now for me, just for a few minutes until I say goodbye to Anna. Everyone said bye to Anna, but you'll find her in a few hours.
Everyone.
In just a couple hours over on Drunk 3PO stream to do original series, Star Trek original series, and I will be back in just a few moments with Jeff himself, and we will be getting drunk and watching Dark Phoenix in just a little bit. So until then, enjoy me yelling about stuff that's stupid.
Did you mute us?
I totally didn't.
From Mindless Entertainment, my name is Jesse Milestone, and here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Here we go, down the rabbit hole that is The Rise of Skywalker, the final installment of the Disney sequel trilogy. The trilogy of trilogies, bringing the entire Skywalker story to a close. At least that's how it's built. Anyway, we're going to dive in really quickly, really soon, really immediately, and there will be spoilers. This is going to be chock full of spoilers. I am holding nothing back, no holds barred, so spoilers are not a thing that you're interested in. You might want to fuck right off right now because it's going to get spoilery. It's going to get loud. It's going to get yelly. It's going to get probably sweary. It's going to get hair everywhere-y. I can't do this alone, so I brought a really good friend to help me out, and if you're not sure what this is doing here, you'll understand eventually. So, here we go. The Rise of Skywalker already, and similarly to my issues with the Last Jedi, I already have problems with the opening fucking crawl, and I have problems because the first line is "The dead speak." Like, what are we in a zombie movie? what the hell? The dead speak. And then right off the bat, Emperor Palpatine's voice has been blah, blah, forever. Now, to be fair, if you've watched any of the other trailers and don't live under a rock, you kind of expected the return of Palpatine, but it seems like a really lame way to just blast it out there right in the opening crawl. And the rest of the opening crawl really should set the tone for the rest of the fucking movie, because it's just as frenetic as the rest of it. And it's like, okay, there's no cohesion, there's no story about this is what's happening with the bad guys, this is what's happening to the good guys. It's like, all right, so we got this happening over here, and then we got this happening over here. So that bird's back, and then so Rey's training. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Rey's training, because apparently she needs to train now, even though she never did in either of the previous movies. Now she needs to train because the movie can't make its fucking mind as to whether she's just already the most powerful, in control Jedi without having to do anything about it, or if she needs super tons of training to figure out how to do shit right. So that's in paragraph 2. And then paragraph 3, I love this, is my favorite part. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren rages in search of the Emperor. I didn't realize that raging was a method of searching. I thought you could like go after something in search of, or go far and wide, or explore in search of. I didn't realize you could rage in search of something, unless there's an N there. And it's supposed to be ranges in search of something, which sounds weird, but at least kind of makes sense. Not really sure how one rages in search, but hey, we cut right into him fucking raging in a searching-esque manner. I don't know, just killing a whole bunch of people inexplicably, no context, no understanding of why he's there. Just go with it, guys. That's kind of the theme of the movie. Just go with it. So we've got him raging through this forest, killing dudes, demonstrating that like he has no idea how to use his fucking lightsaber because they seem very scantily armed. He could just cut through them, but instead it's way more fun to take the little short part, stab it into the chest of the doodad, and then it's just bad. So he does this, and then gets the Wayfinder, which is very important. I think they reference that maybe in the opening crawl too. Very aptly named Wayfinder. It helps you find your way. In this case, to X-Seagull, as I like to call it. If you ask Madam Kelly, my friend, that's Icicle. So whatever this planet is that Palpatine lives on, X-Seagull is what we're going with. So he wants to go to X-Seagull to find Palpy. He goes, he finds him. Palpatine is now this weird, like, Dementor-esque zombie attached to life support, which is just bizarre and completely unexplained. Does he explain how he survived? No, just the dark side is powerful and mysterious. It can cheat death. Cool, bro. You got blown, you got electrocuted, thrown down a shaft where we watched you blow up, and then the ship you were on also got blown up. So, and yet somehow your body survived very intact, except for a couple of decrepit fingers falling off. Explain this one to me, because I'm really having trouble